days we didn't know what we had. TV, movies, back when life wasn't so bad. Life is layered like a cabbage. It's time for movie baggage. Movie baggage. Now it's time for movie baggage. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Movie Baggage, the podcast where my co-host and I break down movies from our childhood and decide if we were scarred for life by them. I'm Jake Palmer, and as always, I'm here with Victoria Lee. What up?
I'm here. Hi.
How's it
I'm
going,
here.
Vic?
I'm gonna be really upfront. I
Uh-oh.
am so tired. I am so tired. It is really problematic because I forgot to watch this movie until
What?
midnight last night.
Didn't we talk about it before then?
I know. We talked about it. And I was like, oh, I've just been so busy. Everything's
Uh-uh.
been so busy. And I meant to watch it. And instead, I took a nap, which you'd think would help, but instead it made me groggy and disoriented. And then at about 12:30, I realized I needed to watch Operation.
Oh my God.
So I crawled out of bed. I put my contacts back in so that I could see. And I sat down to enjoy this cinematic masterpiece. And let me tell you, I am so tired.
Oh my God. Well, you see what Vic does for you guys?
I sacrifice.
He was
I
watching
sacrifice.
Operation Dumbo drop until 3 in the fucking morning.
I mean,
What a trooper.
I know we're supposed to do check-ins that aren't related to the movie, but I'm so tired. It's all I've got. All I have is Operation Dumbo Drop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for doing that. I probably would have just said, no, we'll record it another day.
I could never.
No. 100%
This is,
dedicated.
you know, we got to get that sweet podcast money rolling in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. How
Well,
about you, Jake, though? What's going on with you?
Well, I'm sure everyone remembers last episode. I was suspicious I was walking into a cougar trap.
Mm-hmm.
And
Did you make it out alive?
I did. And yes, it wasn't. She just wanted to talk about business.
Ridiculous.
Didn't even compliment me on how handsome
Wow.
I look.
Do you think that's a sign of our age? Do you think
What?
that now we're not even young to cougars? We can't even get, oh, you're such a handsome young man.
I still get that. You're not getting handsome young man from.
I don't, not often. Not often. I did one time when I don't even remember where I was. I feel like I was at a concert and I bumped into somebody and somebody whipped around and just goes, "What's your problem?" Ma'am? And said it like questioningly. And I was like, I don't
What?
like, how much have you had tonight, sir? Like, ma'am. I didn't know if it was like that he whipped around and then didn't want to be as rude as he was, but it came out like he could not discern what gender I was. I was like, fucking fine, man. You got to calm down. It's an Aerosmith
I think
concert.
He was probably ready to fight a dude, and then he saw you. Like,
right.
Oh, it's a beautiful young lady. So I'll cut off this thread I was about to make.
Yeah, she may have elbowed me in the spine, but we'll calm it down. It just came out funny. And I think it was at an Aerosmith concert. But yeah. Anyway.
So no, wasn't hit on by that woman. Another woman sank her claws into me.
Oh, yeah.
But we don't need to talk about that.
We don't need to talk about your girlfriend. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. This is my attempt at having that like used car lot horn go off like pew, 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 pew.
You mean an air horn?
Yeah, air horn. Meow, 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 meow.
They're too. No, it's. Burr, burr, burr.
That's the sound. Okay, can you? I'll say girlfriend, and then can you make that sound effect in celebration for yourself?
Fine.
Okay. Jake's girlfriend.
Burr, burr, burr.
Yeah, thank you. Jake's
Yes,
got a girlfriend.
I am seeing someone now.
Yeah, it's so good. She's super, she's super, super cool.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Now let's move on.
Move on. Operation Dumbo Drop.
Operation Dumbo Drop is the movie we watched, and I am so excited to talk about it.
Ugh, yeah.
Vic, what is your history with Operation Dumbo Drop?
Okay. So, first of all, I feel like it should be said that we didn't choose this when we picked this movie. It was because of Ray Liotta off of Free Willy.
Well, we were talking about moving Free Willy around. And then we started
Oh,
thinking
and then yeah, about the transport, and
about
I was like,
moving a big animal. And then you
do you,
said Operation
do you,
Dumbo Drop.
do you remember that movie where they airlifted an elephant into Vietnam? And you were like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then it turns out that Ray Liotta was also in that movie.
He wasn't he wasn't in the last one.
What? Who was it that we were like, he's in all
We
the
never
90s
we never
movies?
that was Michael Ironside. He's in all the 90s
Oh.
movies. That guy, I don't know him, but he looked a lot like Ray Liotta in Free Willy.
Oh. Anyway, all right. So I gotta tell you, I did not watch this movie as a kid.
Oh,
I
okay.
did own this movie as a kid, however. And even though it was in my possession, I have never watched it. And I'm gonna change some of the names because some of the people involved in this story are still in my life.
Okay.
And this is not gonna show them in the best light. So if they listen to this, they'll know who they are, but they won't be exposed um, to the universe for what they've done. When I was probably 11, maybe 10, I can't quite place it, but I wasn't a teenager yet. I was having my birthday. My birthday was or is in late September, which means growing up in Florida is frequently dominated by enormous thunderstorms and hurricanes. And so, because there was a very large storm for this birthday, it was just sort of a small family dinner. We weren't doing like a big party with a bunch of other kids. And it was the end of the night. Like, dinner was done. Everybody was just picking at cake and, chatting because it was raining really, really, it was torrential downpour outside, and everybody was thinking that we could just wait it out before they drove home.
Uh-huh.
Like, wait out the storm. I'm there with my parents, my grandparents, and I think that's it. I think it was just my parents, my grandparents, and my sister. And a knock at the door in a dark and stormy night. And at the door is a man that we will call Chester.
Okay.
So Chester was the son of my grandmother's boyfriend, because my grandfather had passed when I was very, very young, and she had a gentleman caller who was there and kind of was sort of like a second grandfather to me because I grew up knowing him most of my childhood. Anyway, Chester shows up in this dark and stormy night, and it's confusing because why would he be there at like 10 at night
Move
in a
the story
thunderstorm?
along, Vic, please.
Oh, you don't. Let me tell you, this is going to be more interesting than Dumbo Drop. You should savor
What?
this.
This
This
better
is
be
great.
good.
So he shows up and realizes that it's a birthday party, and my dad is like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "I brought a present for Victoria." And
Okay.
he looks at everyone looks at him super suspicious, like, what do you mean? And then he goes, oh, I left it in the car. He runs back in the rain, soaking wet, and comes back holding an open, unwrapped, like a clearly used DVD copy of Dumbo Drop and a card that is not in an envelope. And when I open the card, it's like a yellow card with like flowers on the front. And on the inside, it says, Chester, best wishes, hope you're well soon, love. And then everything that's his name and the love whoever was scratched out. And he just wrote then under that, happy birthday, Victoria. So this man shows up in the middle of the night to give me a used copy of Dumbo Drop and a get well card that was originally to him, and then asks to speak to his dad. Now, keep in mind, this man is in his 40s at this time, and is audibly in just like slightly out of the room asking his dad for money. Wow. That's what he showed up for.
God damn.
And so the used DVD of Dumbo Drop was in our home. It clearly left a strong impression, but even looking at the cover of it, I was like, I don't want to watch this. What the fuck is this about? And so I never watched it.
Wow.
At least I didn't think I did. I still don't think I did.
Till this morning.
Basically, yeah. Actually, yeah. Technically, I watched it this morning for the first time.
Well, that's an incredible story. Honestly, that sounds like a movie. A cursed DVD shows up at your house in the rain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your grandma's boyfriend?
Grandma's boyfriend brought me this movie. And the thing that confused me about it was who bought it in the first place. Like, because I remember thinking that, did this come with the get well card, or
that's
with
what I was about to say.
With what little money this man has, did he buy Dumbo Drop? I mean, DVDs at this time were not cheap. They were new technology.
It wasn't wrapped. I'm assuming it came with the get well. He's like, this is not making me feel better. I don't like this at all. And I will re-gift it.
I know. And clearly, the thing that's really funny to me is he clearly showed up just to find his dad because he just assumed he was over. He must have said something like, oh, we're going over to so-and-so's for dinner, not realizing it was my birthday, then panicked and was like, oh, let me search my Toyota Corolla for what I can give this kid.
The balls. I've never thought of doing that. Crossing out the name on a card that was given to me and just giving it to someone else. That's awesome.
It was one of these things. And I was telling my mother about this, and she goes, he did what? And I was like, yeah, you don't remember that? And she was like, did you show us that he gave you that? And I was like, no, that would be weird. Why would I do that? She's like, because it's weirder that he came into our home and gave you as a child a get well card to himself.
Wow.
I don't know what to tell you. He's a strange man. He's better now. I mean, he's at least self-sufficient. So.
Oh, he's still you still know this guy.
Yeah, that's why I changed his name.
Okay.
I know this person.
Wow. So your grandma was dating a 40-year-old man?
The son was 40.
Oh, I thought you said that the grandma's boyfriend showed up with this DVD.
No, my grandmother and her boyfriend were at dinner with us.
Talk about a cougar trap. Your grandma's getting 40-year-olds.
I will say my grandmother outlived many of her boyfriends. My grandmother was a cougar before her time. Her boyfriends were not usually younger than her, but anytime one would die, some other man would come out of the woodwork from her life. Oh, I'd always loved you. Like, I want to say that she went to something like her 50th high school reunion and picked up like 5 different people who just started 5 different men who just started sending her flowers. She
Damn,
was a
Grandma.
Grandma Winnie was a vixen, and I will use her full name, her proper name. Grandma Winnie had pull. she she
She
got
was risen hard.
she was she had riz, as
Mm,
the kids will say. She wore bright red lipstick until her dying day, like electric red. She
wow.
was she was a fierce woman.
All right. Does
Also
that
also had
conclude
a
your
doctorate. Also had a
does,
doctorate. I
does
just
that
feel like that should be thrown
conclude
out
your
there.
history with Operation Dumbo Drop?
Fine. Yes, that's all I got on it. All I got on
Oh,
it
that's it.
was
For
the
someone who's
the
never seen the movie, that was the longest history I think we've had.
I it left an impression.
Oh,
Uh
yes.
but the DVD cover also left enough of an impression that I didn't want to watch it.
All right. Well, I have never seen it, barely even heard of it. And when I did hear of it, I always assumed we were talking about a movie from like the 60s. So I was vaguely aware it involved an
Mm-hmm.
elephant, and I assumed a parachute, drop the
Mm-hmm.
elephant, Dumbo drop.
Mm-hmm. Dumbo drop.
But I've only heard it vaguely referenced before. I had no idea what we were getting into with this movie.
Ugh, me neither.
And Mick, let's crack this one open.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Get into it. Operation Dumbo Drop open in a valley with a
Hmm.
bunch of what I would say, it's a Disney movie because everyone is dressed as a Mowgli.
Right. for, for reasons that I could not place, I was like, why are they dressed like
We
this?
see, yes, guys, we see a bunch of Vietnamese men riding elephants, and they are wearing loincloths. That's it.
Very weirdly Disney-esque. Like what it does not look like any sort of real, actual, authentic clothing from anywhere. It looks like something from It's a Small World has been blown up for people to wear.
But yes, very revealing.
Very revealing. A
And
lot of men's butts. A lot for a PG movie. Did you also know this is rated PG?
that's
Feels
crazy. Uh,
feels crazy.
so I don't know. Maybe you said this was in Vietnam when we talked, but I didn't remember that. I'm like, I think it pops up like the 60s Vietnam. We are in the Vietnam War. And I was like, whoa, we're in the Vietnam War in this Disney movie? Holy shit.
You've got to imagine that the boardroom where they pitched this was so high. It makes no sense that this movie was ever
You
pitched.
mean on like the top floor? Boardroom was high?
The boardroom was very high. Yeah, this is in Vietnam, which again, I kept questioning because I was like, why are there like who are these people supposed to be? Are these is this what they think people from Vietnam dress? What are they talking about?
Yeah, I mean they've got this get up from one of their cartoons. That's the only explanation I can think of. It's like Tarzan and Mowgli combined into a loincloth for these guys.
In sort of an elephant parade down a river valley.
Well, they're
Um,
logging. So
yes, they are logging.
they use the elephants to haul logs.
Yeah.
But I'm digging it. I mean, a little too much male nudity for me, but the elephants are cool. They're moving stuff. It's all real elephants. So I'm down.
It's all real elephants, and we do get a brief yellow text flash of the Disney based on a true story.
This bait guys, we love a based on a true story here at Movie Baggage, and this one might be the best.
Oh my
I
god.
just keep smiling thinking about what's happening, what's gonna happen next. So we have these elephants moving logs. I did not see this happening next. We have guys loading a mortar.
There's like a literal they pan up
Ah,
and And what has to be 10 feet from these people just in the jungle are US soldiers with like an anti-aircraft missile launcher,
Yeah,
like
we got
some
two
sort of
things. Well, we got two things going on. We got Vietnamese, we got the Viet Cong. The Viet
the
Congs
Viet
in this movie,
Cong.
guys. They're the
Yeah.
if you thought this Disney movie didn't have the main villains being Viet Cong, you are wrong. They are.
No.
And they are loading a mortar. And we cut to the other side of this valley, and the Americans are loading up a giant Gatling gun of some kind.
Like some sort of tank. It almost looks like a miniature tank. And you're like, what? There's elephants. Why are they about to shoot each other over this peaceful river elephants? It's like just four guys way too well armed being like, yep, this is the spot. I don't.
So yeah, we're cutting back to the peaceful elephants and their
There's
new
children.
riders and there's
There's
kids and then we keep cutting back to guys loading up weapons. They both fire the weapons, fade out. We don't see what happens. I don't think they ever explain what happens, do they, Vic?
yeah,
They
they do.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Did
there's sort of
everyone
a
die?
there's a flashback sequence much later in the film. You probably tuned out. It was real hard to get to. Yes, they do. Everyone dies
That's what I assumed.
except for and we'll get to that. But yeah, no, there's and when it faded out, my brain was like, is Disney making a movie where we're both the bad guys, where the bad guys are both the American military and the Viet Cong?
Interesting
Are they
point.
doing that? And then the answer is maybe. Like the answer is that this movie just tries to gloss over and not pick a side while sort of picking a side, but like the Americans are trash too. It's like the most mild way of being like, hey, maybe war was the enemy all.
Well, yeah.
But like in the
The
most sanitized way to possibly be like, how can we Disneyfy the Vietnam War?
That's what they're trying to do, and it is very interesting that they're doing that. So
Oh my
anyway,
god.
we thought we were sad at the beginning of Free Willy when one whale gets captured. We start this movie off, oh, like a dozen elephants are mortared to death.
And like the 50 or 60 like families that
Oh
are
yes,
there.
and
Like
innocent
it's a
townspeople, of
massacre
course.
of
It's a
like an
massacre.
entire village and all of their elephants. It's you'd assume based on the fade to black, the assumption is everyone died, which would be, you know, dozens of elephants and about 50 to 60, you know, men, women, and children.
So
The fuck?
cut to Ray
Cut to
Liotta, and you're in, guys. We are into Operation Dumbo Drop. What an opening. I'm like,
yeah.
what is gonna happen in this movie? We got elephants and the VC. Oh my god.
Don't worry. Captain Doyle, aka Ray Liotta, is on the scene and he means business and he's not going to be phased by anything Vietnam has to throw at him.
Nope.
Nope.
Ray Liotta does things by the book. That's his main character trait.
I wrote down at this point, I do like helicopters and I like the music because we get a
Okay.
sick ass helicopter scene.
Okay. So this is great. I looked it up. They filmed this movie, most of this movie in Thailand.
Yeah.
And it shows like this opening is cool. Like you
It's
are seeing
super
a
cool.
helicopter really fly through the mountains of Thailand and the jungles everywhere. I'm like, all right, I'm in now. This is cool. This is real jungle, real helicopter. And
Yeah.
Thailand looks awesome.
And it's the helicopter is doing some fucking sick moves. Like it's not like I was almost like we're about to watch some sort of Indiana Jones bullshit. Like we about to get this is so cool. Like the helicopter, the guys on the helicopter are gonna haze Captain Doyle by doing the scenic route, basically to make him puke. They're like you
Oh,
know.
I was about
Oh,
to
did
ask.
you skip that? Did you not
Well,
understand why they did
I
that?
did not understand what was happening. They keep giving the pilot and co-pilot keep giving each other these looks, and I'm
Stink.
just
Yeah.
and I did not understand what was going on. I'm like, why do they keep winking at each other?
So it was, I will say, easy to miss because Ray Liotta's character is like very confusing as to which side of this stereotype they're trying to play. Like, is he a hardened, respected badass? Or is he sort of like the new kid who doesn't understand how things are done? And they kind of just flip flop based on what they need in the movie. Because the way that he plays it is as if he's this hardened badass where nothing gets to him. But the way everyone treats him is as if he's the new kid who can't handle it.
That explains a lot.
And it's a really divergent, like, what he is physically doing, saying, and acting like, and what everyone else is reacting as if is happening are two divergent things. But
This
what they're
should have been
doing,
like you were. That makes so much more sense. So like they should have got like Jeff Goldblum to be this guy or
yes,
something.
they should have gotten somebody who was not like so stoic and hard to play
Yeah,
this guy
Ray
because he's
Liotta looks like a badass, and we're
Ray
like,
Liotta
and if you're doing
looks
things by the book in the fucking Vietnam War, you are
Vietnam.
doing some fucked up stuff.
Ray Liotta does not come across as what this character was, I think, written to be. And when they cast Ray Liotta, they were like, let's not change a goddamn thing. And so what you come across is the whole movie feels disjointed. Like what everyone's doing makes no sense to what Ray Liotta is acting like at all times.
Yes, that. Thank you. That explains a lot. So yeah, they're
Yeah,
flying
they're
around.
hazing
I had
him.
no idea they were trying to shake him because he
They
looks unshakable.
He looks
And,
unshakable. They hand him a chocolate bar to try and make him vomit. And
oh,
instead,
I was
he
like,
finishes it and is like, got another? And they're
I
like,
thought they
oh,
knew he. I literally just thought they knew he liked them.
I
They're
know.
like, we got to give the ranking officer his crunch bar.
You too. No, and I will say that if you look at this movie, so this movie stars Ray Liotta, Danny Glover, and Dennis Leary. And they are
The three
incorrect.
most child-friendly actors you could ever think of.
They are all wildly incorrect for their casting. They should not be in this movie, or this movie should have been rated minimum PG-13 and it should have been a different movie. Because this casting and the way all three of these people chose to play their characters and the way I think these characters were supposed to have been written are totally not compatible.
It's insane. Let's get through it. Like, all right. So yeah. So
Um,
I guess they were what?
they were hazing him. I was
All
gonna
right,
say the other
guys.
thing I really
Vic,
like.
just for if you're not watching the podcast, Vic raised a finger to silence me.
Boop. I is the helicopter, if you catch, is named the Giggity Go. I just thought that was funny.
That is funny. I missed that.
The Giggity Go. Yeah, and then they drop him in the jungle and they fuck out of there. Um, and Ray Liotta turns around and vomits heavily because he
No,
was holding it in the whole time. Um,
but so that means he's tough as nails to be able to like hold that in for the whole flight.
I know. It's just this whole sequence because then it's just like, is he supposed to be incompetent, trying to be something he's not? Or is he actually that much of a badass that he can keep it together under these circumstances?
No,
And
he's
then,
badass the whole time. Like we'll get to it, but he turns around and the villagers come up they're eating a snake. A guy has a snake carcass in his hands.
which I also don't understand, who's this supposed to be? Because this is like a Vietnamese, it's all a bunch of Vietnamese guys, but they're wearing like US Army fatigues. So they're like in the US Army and they're like, we'll bring you to the village.
South
Who
Viet
are they? And
The
then
Vietnamese helped fight the North. Vietnamese. Or
Oh, I guess yeah, that must be what it is that they're the South Vietnamese. It was just unclear because it seemed like they were like US soldiers eating a snake. I was like, what's happening?
no.
And they're like, we're gonna have lunch and then go up the hill. And he's like, I'm gonna get started now. And
Yeah,
then
and
he
again, he
can't.
just runs up the mountain by himself. I'm like, wow, this guy's tough.
And then next scene, he's physically dying. He's like wheezing and panting, and the other Vietnamese soldiers are just like, "Oh, you should have had a break and had a snake. Don't worry, we'll wait for
Breaking a
you." And they
snake?
like, "Breaking a snake" would have been a better line. Jesus, a break and a snake. But yeah, they basically lap him on the mountain. They're not tired at all. They're like, "You'll get used to it. It's not your fault. It's the altitude," which is probably totally accurate. But I just don't understand what they're trying to paint Ray Liotta as.
Well, he's just Ray Liotta, I guess,
It's just Ray
in the
Liotta.
end, because we get
Yeah.
up to the mountain and we meet Danny Glover, one of my
Mm-hmm.
90s favorites. Predator 2, one of my favorite, I might say it is my favorite movie. Predator 2. Danny Glover
Predator 2.
unhinged in that movie. And we see a little bit of it in this movie. And
Oh,
I
I thought you were
love
going to
it.
say we see a little bit more of Danny Glover in this movie because he's in the Mowgli loincloth.
No,
All the men here
he's
are
got
in
a
the
big red, no, he's got a big red shirt on.
but he's wearing the skirt loincloth. You can see up his whole thigh to his butt.
You could? Maybe I
Jake,
glanced away at that part. I
you are
saw him in
not
the
paying
shirt.
attention to the important parts. He's all the men are wearing these loincloths.
All right. Well, okay. At least he's got a big red shirt on.
He does have a big
It's
red shirt
not
on.
just the loincloth like all the other dudes.
No, not a big red shirt.
But
Yeah, and
I
they're
love this scene. Danny Glover is around with these other tribesmen, sipping out of these big long straws, this crazy drink, apparently.
It looks like it has pond scum on the top of it. It's got some sort of plant on the top of it. It's like
Mm-hmm.
they're drinking out of some communal scorpion bowl. I don't know what's going on.
I was paying attention though, Vic, because as soon as I saw Danny Glover, I turned up the volume because he is whisper talking the whole movie.
The whole movie. Like as if something is really potent and important going on all the time.
And I had to turn on the subtitles too. The volume wasn't enough. So
Yeah.
he is saying, "Welcome, Ray Liotta." Ray Liotta's gonna be taking over for this post. So Danny Glover is a captain or something in this military operation going
Yeah,
on in
like
this village.
a famous captain. They kind of like throw that in there as if he's even though he and Ray Liotta have the same ranking, it's like as if Danny Glover has some immense notoriety in back in the States for his work in Vietnam.
Well, he says, "If you want to take over for me, you got to drink this piss."
It's a
He's like,
it's a
"You got to drink the
wine.
drink. It's a wine," but he
It's a
says it
wine.
tastes like something in piss.
He said it tastes like sweet honey water and vomit.
Sure. Okay.
You don't think that I literally am coming right off this film. I have not slept. I watched this film. My daughter woke up at 3 and had a meltdown. I have not
Oh
slept.
no.
This is just me in this movie here.
All right, I love it. You're locked in.
I am
Okay.
locked
So,
in.
yes, vomit. And he says,
Yes.
if you want to be the new leader here, you gotta drink it. And Ray Liotta, again, now that you're saying he's supposed to be like a dork or something, then this makes so much more sense. But at the time,
Yeah.
Ray Liotta powers down this drink, and I paused it. Vic, his eyes are bloodshot. That's how
Yeah.
hard this guy's acting is, unless they gave him something really bad, and he
They
actually had to
could have.
drink it. But
That
he
time
is,
frame that could have been.
and again, Ray Liotta doesn't spit it. It like Danny Glover says, if you spit it up, it's a huge insult that they won't trust you.
Right.
He drinks it, he powers it down, and his
Yeah.
eyes are red, guys. Like his eyes are actually bloodshot.
Yeah.
And again, I'm just like, this guy is tough as fuck.
Hard as shit. He powers through it. At a certain point, he's like getting near the end of this enormous kind of bowl that he is apparently expected to drink. and you can see him gagging, and instead he just swallows his vomit. And our listeners won't know this, but you do, Jake, that I recently had a similar experience where I was trapped on the Star Tours ride at Hollywood Studios and did not want to vomit everywhere and swallowed my own puke. It's awful. And it's
It
like
is.
he's acting so convincingly, or maybe he's straight up swallowing vomit because maybe somebody pranked him and put something nasty in the prop wine, which I could see happening. Don't know if it happened, but he's so convincing. You're so right. Like, he looks like this hardened badass who's like, I will choke to death on my own puke before I will spit this out. Like, you think I can't handle this? I can fucking handle this. But I don't. But the thing that's so crazy is I don't think that's how he was supposed to act that scene.
It's so funny. I think you're absolutely right. But like, yeah, you're getting a totally different character for Ray Liotta. Again, you're just like, well, he's the fucking coolest. He did it. Didn't spit it
Fucking
up.
coolest.
But everyone's just sort of smiling and laughing anyway. And you're like, no, he
Look
did
at this
it.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a group of old men cackling, like, oh, he did it. What a sucker. And you're just like, I mean, how do you look at someone that hard and not be impressed? Like, this guy, Ray Liotta was just either this needs to be a different movie or this needed to be cast differently because Ray Liotta
I
is
disagree, Vic. I think this movie was cast perfectly. So let's
oh my
get to
god.
an elephant. They go, you got to get in good with, now that you drank the wine, you got to get in good with, I think Poe is his name.
Poe.
And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, is this another tribal leader? He's like, sort of. And he said, doesn't he say, close your eyes? Yeah,
Close your eyes. Poe will want to touch your face. And Ray Liotta is like, I am not here to cause an international incident. I'm going to do this by the book. I'm here to respect these people's customs. I will close my eyes.
And he gets whacked in the face with a trunk, an elephant trunk.
Because somehow an elephant snuck up on him?
Yes.
What the fuck? First of all, the elephants in this movie, apparently silent as the night. They can sneak up on anybody in this movie. But
Well, I think that's true. Elephants are renowned quiet walkers. Tiptoers, I think.
They
Yes.
are convincing me, but you have this look on your face like you can't be trusted.
That's just my face.
Okay. Fair enough.
But yes.
It's
Very
yeah,
quiet elephants. He gets whacked in the face. We all laugh. And this movie at least has comedy in it, Vic. This is the same exact story as Free Willy. Drama about freeing an animal. Well, not really. It's more like putting an animal to work.
Freeing an animal to be used as like logging equipment.
Same exact story.
Same story, so that it can be used as literally heavy farm labor.
Let's get to this part, Vic. I can't believe what happens next in this movie. So remember that crunch bar that they gave old Ray Liotta? Well, he's got it in his pocket. And the kids of the village run up and they say, we want candy. Dun, 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 dun.
We want candy.
Huge new musical number breaks out. Ray Liotta's like, no, I don't want to give you this candy. No, no.
Huge nude musical?
Oh, yes. Everyone in this village, guys, is male and in loincloths. Let's not think about that too hard on why they chose that for Disney, a Disney movie.
Don't do it.
It is all young kids and old men in loincloths. I don't think there's a single woman in the village.
No, that's not true. There's as soon as this scene ends,
well, they are well dressed.
Ray Liotta gets robbed of his candy, and some ancient old woman just points and cackles at him.
I thought that was funny. I like that part.
That's funny.
The old lady just laughs her ass off that the kid's got his candy.
Yeah, the kid's got his candy, and the old lady is like hysterical.
Okay. So we are now having fun, right? This is all good times.
Good times.
We're pranking Ray Liotta. Kids are taking candy. I'm like, all right, I'm forgetting we're in the Vietnam War right now.
Nope.
Well, they're not going to let you forget for long. The Viet Cong show up that night while while Ray Liotta and the other Americans are checking out the Ho Chi Minh Trail. That's why.
Right.
So
They
that's
have to
why they need this
establish
village. Yes.
why do they need this village? Oh, because you can get surveillance on the Ho Chi Minh Trail and it changes every night. And they just and it's like because there isn't really a trail.
Can you
They're
say
just
that again?
wandering ho-
It
what is
changed
it changes. It changes every
every
night.
night.
Every night. It's because according to this movie, there really isn't a Ho Chi Minh Trail so much as they just wander through the the
No,
jungle.
that's not what they said. They said that it's not like a main road or anything. It's a trail they
Right.
can adjust. So if you bomb it,
Yeah.
they just create a new trail going around it. All right,
Right.
whatever. But anyway, all our
Um
Americans are gone. VC shows up and they find a Crunchwrap bar.
mhm. Well, so you get the one other woman in the village is standing there. There's a shot of her standing there holding a baby smiling, which I was confused by as the Viet Cong come in and then rip everyone from their homes and make them kneel in the center of the village like they're going to execute them all because they found a Crunchwrap bar.
Yep. So they know Americans have been there. They're like, you help Americans, they don't take anything for free. We're gonna make you pay. And I'm assuming they're gonna like this is a Disney movie. Maybe they're gonna kidnap one of the kids, and that's what this will be about. Or
Yeah, they hold one of the kids up like he's going to be,
but
you
then
know,
they hold a gun up, and I'm like, they're not gonna kill this kid, are they?
how
No,
much does
but
Disney want you to hate the Viet Cong?
they don't kill the kid. But they do kill Poe, our
Poe,
elephant.
Poe the
Oh
elephant.
my god, Vic! They shoot this elephant to death.
And there's even a scene where the one Viet Cong guy is like, I don't feel good shooting an elephant, or like, do we really want to
He
do
says
this?
you
And
can't do this, or like I don't think we should do this, or he says you can't do it, and the lead guy's like I won't, you do it, and he gives him the gun.
right,
And the reluctant guy has to put this elephant down again. Hold up, gun, cut away.
fade
Look,
to black.
guys,
But we do
next
see the
scene, the
body.
body is there in the next scene. An elephant is lying on the ground, dead. Oh my god.
And now the village is hostile and won't help and is like, it's your fault. And I didn't dislike this scene of them accusing him because Ray Liotta, again, like,
Not taking
what?
the shit.
So
He's like,
first he's
those
like,
kids
it's
took that candy from me. It is not my
right.
fault.
And then he's like, it's not my fault. And then he has this sort of like very well acted realization that like he's not the type of man who's going to sit here and blame children for eating
Yeah,
candy.
not
You're
Ray.
right. It is my fault. I did do this. Like, I can fix this. Like, what can, like, basically, he's like going to try and make it right. Like, Ray Liotta is making this character so much more interesting than he was written to be. Um, he's like conflicted and by the book, but also hard. And like the thing that I didn't understand about this scene is why the village, despite the fact that apparently, according to Danny Glover, they have had run ins with the Viet Cong before because they were helping the US, seems shocked and unaware that there could have been consequences for helping American soldiers.
Well, I mean, I think they're mostly just saying you let that rapper, that crunch wrap get away. Or not crunch wrap.
Maybe, yeah.
So
That
they're
rapper.
saying the elephant that was the only elephant they had. That was a big deal to lose it. If we
Mm-hmm.
want to keep this village as an ally, they gotta get a new elephant for them.
Right. And Ray Liotta poses a great question, which is, do we need this village? Like, we do we have to get a new, can't we just like chalk this one up to a loss and go find a different village in the woods?
Yeah,
Do we
maybe.
have to? And Danny Glover is not having it at all. These people saved my life. These people are
So
making a
this is where we
difference.
get some Predator 2 Danny Glover, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
For a
Yeah.
man that is barely audible in most movies, when he gets angry, he starts screaming in people's faces. Holy shit, I loved it. this is still relatively young Danny Glover. He's not.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't Lethal Weapon 4 Danny Glover. This is more like Lethal Weapon 2 Danny Glover.
Yeah, no, he's still like an intimidating. He's not starting to look like gray anywhere.
Yeah,
No.
and you've seen Predator 2, right, Vic?
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah. I told you
Yeah.
I had a whole we had an Alien Predator marathon watching party in high school where we watched all Alien and Predator movies in
Oh, that's
sequential
dope.
order.
That's so dope.
Yeah, we all just lived off of like Skittles and Fanta the whole night. It's deranged.
But yep, I love seeing Danny Glover scream in people's faces. He's like, "We gotta
Mm-hmm.
get him a new elephant!" Screaming in their face. We go to the commanding officer. I don't know. We got some back and forth about setting this up, but he's like, "Sure, I'll let you go get an elephant, but you can only take 5 guys." Or doesn't he say you can only take 2 guys? But it ends up being 5.
You can only take two guys for who's helping them. So it's like the two of them and then the two others. And then, yeah, Dennis Leary's character comes in later for reasons that are never explained why he has to be there. Everything he
Yes, it
does,
is. Yes, it is.
everything he does
It
would have
is
been
explained, Vic.
better
I can't
if,
wait to get to that part. It's
oh my
explained.
God. Everything he does would have been better if he'd just been on the phone with them. Why he physically is with them is beyond me.
Why? Because you need the hilarious Dennis Leary and his child-friendly comedy in this
Oh
movie.
my, oh yes, the notoriously child-friendly PG Dennis Leary. Uh, yeah, it's it's great. It's pretty great.
So we get some recruitment stuff here. They pick 2. I don't know. I can't. They don't really
I
develop these characters much, but one guy is about to about to be sent home, and he's all
mhm.
about luck. Did you recognize this guy? Doug E. Doug.
I did not recognize this guy.
This is crazy connection they made for some reason. Would you be surprised to know he is in the movie Cool Runnings?
Oh my God.
Oh yeah,
Now that you say that, yeah.
and he has a lucky egg in that movie, and he kisses before every time we go
Oh my God.
bobsledding.
And he's got the lucky rabbit's foot in this one that
He's
he
got a
kisses.
bunch of lucky stuff in this.
Yes, a bunch of
Every
lucky
that's
stuff.
his whole thing. He's like a
Yeah.
superstitious guy.
Yeah, and they sort of imply that it's like because he only has a week left, like that he's become incredibly superstitious or like it's gotten worse. But I just wrote here multiple times, who are these characters? Because it's as like they just and I will say that I have written down some of my favorite lines in this movie.
Oh,
Every one of
good.
them is from Dougie Doug. Every one of them. He is by far just in the background and then pops up and delivers one of the best lines of the movie and then disappears into the background again. It's crazy. I will say I did not recognize him. I love Cool Runnings. I
Isn't
did,
that
however,
crazy? They're like, who do we need? Let's get the luck guy. We need one guy who's known for being superstitious and into luck. Let's get the guy from Cool Runnings.
from Cool Runnings. I will say I did recognize the farm boy, the other guy.
Oh yeah,
Uh
who is he?
Corin Nemec is in the movie that I know you love and adore. Sand Sharks.
Whoa, he must be ancient in that movie. No, just kidding.
He's not young, but I was like looking at the guy and I was like, he seems familiar.
That's
Oh right,
awesome.
he's in that movie where they pose the question, what if sharks could swim through sand?
Terrifying.
So his career really did not take off after
Ah,
this film.
nuts.
Yeah, which is a shame, which is a real shame. But yeah, man.
So we
Oh,
got these. His character is also, I don't know. He's a farm boy whose animals don't like him. That's his character.
Yep, that's it. Move on. Move along.
Yeah, let's move on because his character is pretty boring.
spend no more time with either of these two people. One is superstitious, one's got a country accent, and animals hate him. That won't ever come back up again.
All right.
Move on, guys.
So let's get the final member of this crack team. And if you guys were worried that this was getting a little too sweet, we've only had about 15 elephants die so far in the Vietnam War.
Several people massacred. It's fine.
We're going to de-Disneyfy this movie even more by getting our boy Dennis Leary in here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's an acquisitions officer. He's like who you're supposed to call when you need things ordered and delivered, like stuff that the army can get but are not sort of standard supplied rations.
He's
munitions.
the kind of guy that can get you anything. And we love this character. Within the first 2 minutes of them talking to him, he is drinking brandy, lighting up a cigar. He is being total Dennis Leary.
And he's conning the US government. In that very first scene, he's stealing from the US government actively.
Oh, because he's no Boy Scout.
He's buying something. He needs, I can't remember what it was. He's buying something for $350 a box, but he's telling the general he needs $450 per box.
Nice.
Presumably pocketing that extra 100.
He's on a two-way call, or he's switching between phone calls. He is threatening one man and then lying to the general on the other call. Like, yes, we love this guy. And they eventually get him to agree to get them an elephant.
Yeah, Danny Glover threatens him with exposing some sort of deep harbored secret.
Let's save the secret. I can't wait
because it's not revealed. It's not
for a
revealed
while.
there.
We'll get there.
But I wrote down, because of course I didn't know it was coming. I wrote down, is this movie just going to continuously imply things and never reveal? That way they don't have to actually write anything. Because to this point, there have been a lot of fade to blacks right before you would understand something in a scene. And I was just like, if they don't fucking pay this off, I'm going to be so mad. Because at this point, it's feeling like lazy writing to me. That every single time there would be a scene where something would be explained, it's faded to black. Now you are correct. I'll just spoil that. We get to it. But as of right now, it's just you know what I'll reveal.
Actually, they do say something else. I forgot. He was mentioning something about like the food he spent at like some garrison. And then Garrison, and I love this line. Dennis Leary's like, the pork was a little off. The pork was a little off. Danny Glover's like, that almost killed a bunch of guys. They were on the screen all night.
Yeah, I actually thought he said it did kill someone or something like that, but no, I think that
they were in the latrines, not the graves, which is of course in Seinfeld. I think later they might have got the idea for this episode from Dumbo Drop. You seen that episode? Frank Costanza talks about his time in World War II, and it's like a flashback, and it's still the old guy playing him, even though he's supposed to be like 20 years old. And he was like the cook at the garrison, and he like tries to use spoiled meat, and everyone gets sick, and it's like a flashback kind of the horrors of war.
Horrors of war.
I guess you haven't seen it, so I'll cut all that out.
No, you can leave it in there. Fine.
I know our audience will have seen it.
Anyway, they're on their way now. They're gonna get an elephant. They've blackmailed Lieutenant Poole, is David Leary's character, and they've blackmailed him into participating. Which is so weird because it's an order. Like that was the other thing, is you don't need to blackmail him into helping you. It's an order. The other higher up guy already issued this mission Dennis Leary doesn't need to be conned into participating. It's his job. But just move on. It's fine. A lot of people in this movie, it's their job, and yet somehow won't do it. Like,
you're right. It does take a lot of wheeling and dealing to get anyone in the U.S. military to do anything.
Like, to do anything. This is an official mission sanctioned by high-ranking individuals, being performed by high-ranking individuals, and yet every single person they interact with who has been ordered to help them is like, no, and if you try and make us, we'll kill you and your elephant. Like,
yeah, no, it's
fuck?
crazy. We skipped a big part though.
We
I forgot.
skipped. I'm sorry.
We forgot.
Let's go back.
We gotta
Dennis
go back
Leary,
to the village. We gotta go back to the village before Dennis
New
Leary.
village. New village.
Oh,
New
that's right.
village
This is
now.
a new. Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't skip. For a second, I thought this happened at the old village. No, this is a new village.
New village.
This village, all the men are properly dressed in full clothes. They are not in Thong Village anymore, I guess.
Thong Village is remote and special. This village is more normal and mundane. And this village has shit tons of elephants. This village is crawling with elephants. River elephants. They keep referring to them like as if the ones in the river are special. You can't get one of those elephants.
Yep. But we
can't get that one.
A huge star from the 80s and 90s and today. What's his name? James Hong. James Hong. The blind man they wheel and deal with.
Oh my God, he is in everything.
Yep.
Wow.
He's the main Chinese actor for the 80s and 90s.
Here's an Asian man.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is basically his role, but he is great in everything he's in. He is so funny, and I like him a lot.
He's pretty great.
He made the best of what he was given.
And he was they negotiate, and Ray Liotta's character thinks that he's going to be able to sneakily sabotage this mission by not negotiating and getting out of it without having to lose face. Danny Glover's pissed, and then a deal is struck, much to Ray Liotta's displeasure. It's weird. Also, Dennis Leary is like this wheeler and dealer, and then is immediately awful at negotiating. Like, immediately terrible. Because he attempts to negotiate, and the guy's like, comes up, he's like, we agreed on 40, and the guy's like, 60. And without missing a beat, he's like, 50? That is not how you negotiate things. You don't just immediately give up 50% of your position. Then it seems like you will go whatever. It's fine. I negotiate a lot for work, and it's a terrible strategy. It's just terrible negotiating.
Well, they start walking away, and then the guy says 50 is fine. But
yeah, 50 is fine.
We get the elephant walking up with our new character, Lin. Vietnamese child who is friends with the elephant.
We get Botat.
Botat and the boy is our elephant.
Botat and the boy. You can take Botat and you can take the boy. And they're like,
Vic,
what the fuck are you talking about?
You seem to not be impressed by the comedy in this movie. I love it. It is a sense of humor you don't see often in Disney movies. But they go, James Hong says his family was killed. And I forget who says it. Is it Leary or somebody goes, by what?
What?
And James Hong goes, a falling star.
Right, yeah.
Like, no, his family was murdered by the Viet Cong, you idiot. Like, oh.
Distinctively not clear who they were murdered by. His family was not murdered by the Viet Cong. His family was murdered by the war, and no one knows which side. That's a major plot
All
point.
right, whatever, Vic. I thought it was
No,
hilarious.
you can't gloss over because that's the whole thing. They don't want to bring the kid with him because they're like, well, if it was Americans that killed his family, he'll sabotage
Let me
us.
say that line again. His family was killed by what? A falling star. Oh, I'm just kidding. The war.
Yeah.
Remember, we're in the Vietnam War right now. Everyone is dying from bullets and napalm and shit.
See, I was distracted. I was distracted by the much funnier line when they're trying to figure out how to bring this
funnier than joking about how this kid's family was killed.
Oh,
which they joke about a lot.
They joke about it a lot. I will say that was a funny line, but no. So the elephant comes running in on some pretty bad CGI, and then it cuts to the regular elephant. The stampede is a CGI elephant, and it's a bit rough. But then they're like, "We're not bringing this kid," and Danny Glover's like, "Well, how are you going to control this elephant?" And Ray Liotta turns to the two doofuses they've brought with them and is like, anyone got any experience handling elephants? And the one guy
I wrote this joke down too. I'm glad you're the one saying it, not me.
I was in love with a fat woman once, but she never listened to me. And I wrote down 30 minutes in and we have one joke.
Are you kidding, Rick? The movie's been funny.
It was not. I have not.
I did not
crack a smile the entire time until that line. And then I was like,
yeah.
But yeah, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, we'll bring the old guy. Oh, you didn't know? He's blind. What? Why? How? Why would anyone know that? Why would you know that, Danny Glover? Why would anyone know that? Also, why is he blind? Makes sense. Anyway.
I think somebody was cranky watching this at 2 a.m.
Maybe. Maybe.
I didn't think it was that crazy that he turns out to be blind.
I guess it was fine. Yeah. So they get the elephant. They decide to bring the kid. They're trying to figure out how to talk to the kid. In what language? The kid's just not responding. And then it just turns out the kid speaks English the whole fucking time. The kid just, yeah. And he's like, we're good. So this plot point, which is that the kid can speak English the whole time, is really problematic in a lot of scenes. Like the one that comes up, where they're all standing around talking with these guys on the plane about getting the elephant on the plane. And despite the fact that, again, it's their fucking job to get the elephant on the plane, it's the entire reason the plane is there, they're like, no, not unless it's dead. And you're like, it's not really your call, right?
It is.
You were ordered.
No, they do. That is true. I read the true story. That is true. They said they will not fly a live elephant in the cargo hold of a plane. It's too dangerous, which I get. I get that.
Unless it was tranquilized.
Yes.
Which they planned for. So presumably you wouldn't be having this argument. This would have been a phone call where they were like, okay, yeah, we can definitely carry something that heavy, but it can't be moving. You need to arrange for a tranquilizer.
It sounds like this is the second time you've said this. You would prefer this movie was just a series of phone calls where we call Dennis Leary, we call the Air Force, and we just see Danny Glover sitting at a desk on the phone for the whole movie.
That's likely in reality what it was like. Well, and I don't want to watch a movie where you can say every single plot point could have been. They're sitting there holding huge ass radio phones. It's not even that it's not possible for that day. It's how it was all done. It's just, and then to make it worse, they'd have this whole conversation. Ray Liotta has to stick a suppository up this elephant's
butt. It's not a pill. It looks like a giant pill. It's not.
Oh my God.
It's a suppository, guys. You've got to put it in the elephant's butt.
Right, because remember, it's a kid's movie, so let's make butt jokes. We can't have Liotta sticking his hand up an elephant butt. That will suffice.
Hey, again, the guy does it.
The guy does it.
You would think he would back out. He does it.
Now, the thing is that this whole scene plays out, and then as they're about to get Botang on the plane, the kid speaks up and is like, Botang doesn't like planes.
Right.
And I will say Ray Liotta has a bit of a funny line where he's like, how often has he flown?
That's what I was thinking. How does he know?
Right? Like, it's pretty funny. I think it's reasonable to be like, this elephant will panic when you put him in an airplane. But the kid has been listening to this whole dialogue. He's been standing right there in all these scenes. He didn't hear what everyone was yelling and talking about. He made a comment about how weird it was that Ray Liotta stuck something up the elephant's butt. They explained that it was to a tranquilizer to put the elephant asleep. I'm sorry. It just really, I was like, this makes no sense to me. That this kid's panicking, that these people are angry. None of it.
I loved it.
Oh.
And so they tranquilize the elephant, push him onto the plane. I bet you didn't recognize the pilot of this one.
I didn't. Who's
He
the pilot?
Is the bad guy from No Holds Barred.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that one.
We gotta watch that one, Vic. Oh my god. A Hulk Hogan classic.
Oh no. No, I don't like Hulk Hogan at all.
Well, you're not gonna like this. I'm putting it on the list.
Hulk Hogan scares me.
Is
Mr. T in it? Because I will only watch a Hulk Hogan thing if there's also Mr. T as a palate cleanser.
Got Tiny Lester in it.
No, that doesn't make it better. Oh,
And let me tell you, if you don't like Hulk Hogan, he barely speaks English in this. He's snarling and growling like an animal in that movie.
Oh god.
And I was like, where have I seen this pilot before? He's the bad guy and No Holds Barred.
Well, and he's like a secondary bad guy here. I mean, this is the thing that's sort of this weird, interesting take that Disney decided to like walk this line of like, well, we can't make the Americans the good guys in the Vietnam War. No one will believe that. So we're going to make some people really awful. So like people are.
It's just an interesting take you have, Vic. I don't think you're right, but I like that you got this.
It feels like, why did they make all of, outside of this core group, and even to some extent Dennis Leary within the group, why are all of the American soldiers like huge assholes who are actually also sort of secondary bad guys?
I would say because they are basing this on a true story where there are no real bad guys. So within the confines of this story, they have to make the guys that just probably helped in the true story. And they're like, no, they tried to stop them. And they said, we're not letting you stop us.
Right. I just think it's because it's already sort of weird that the villagers are innocent, but the Viet Cong are also against their own other Vietnamese people. Because the village that he's in, where they shoot the elephant, is in North Vietnam.
That's off the Ho Chi Minh Trail, of course.
It's just
it's just to the left of the Ho Chi Minh Trail.
It's just it's adjacent. It's got a beautiful view. It's like they're trying to make the civilians not the bad guys, because that wouldn't go over well.
Well,
they're trying to make the Americans not look terrible, because that would not go over well. And they're trying to make the Viet Cong, the bad guys, because we're playing to an American audience. But they're also making like a lot of the American soldiers the bad guys too. It's a weird take from Disney.
This is the problem, Vic. And
of a children's Vietnam movie.
There's not much of a conspiracy here. The problem is, yes, you are making a Disney movie about the Vietnam fucking war. Where it's like, we gotta sand a lot of edges off here, guys. Everybody's gotta get sanded. We're sanding.
Get sanded down. But at the same time, it's like still the Vietnam War. So as an adult, you're just like, what the fuck is this shit?
This is the craziest idea for a movie I think I've ever seen.
Why would they do this. Just don't. You want to know why it's so hard to make a PG children's feel-good comedy about the Vietnam War? Because the Vietnam War isn't fucking funny. Like the
it's
Vietnam
goofy.
War.
We got elephants flying around. All right, so let's keep
Vietnam
going
War
in the movie.
as source material is not a good thing to make a children's family comedy about.
Let's go through some of the other events in Vietnam, see if we can make another kids movie out of it. Oh my God.
Oh my God. And then there's like, they're on the plane. The elephant like wakes up and
did we skip that Tin pulls a knife on them? Again, crazy.
Right. So the kid's gonna kill him, and then it's an insane scene.
He whips out this curved blade on the plane and tries to murder Danny Glover.
Out of fucking nowhere. And Danny Glover already as a character is like, he sees this young kid, he's like a father figure, but then instead of explaining using words in any way, Danny Glover's immediate response
Danny's Glovers.
I'm sorry,
Danny's gloves.
Danny Glover's immediate response is to just grab this child and bodily force him onto the plane. So the kid is fighting like he's being kidnapped now, and no one's explaining. The elephant follows, and yeah, when the elephant goes down, the kid like pulls some sort of scimitar out of the ether. Like he didn't have it before, or at least it wasn't noticeable, and it feels enormous for him to just
it's a pretty big curved dagger. I assume it's for cutting rice down or something. I don't know.
Grass.
Yeah, it's like a little scythe kind of thing. But yeah, he aims to kill with it.
And Danny's character is just like, hey now, little buddy, it's okay. It's all right. Put your hand on the elephant. He's just asleep. And it's like,
yeah, the kid thinks they killed the elephant because the elephant
the kid thinks
down.
They killed the elephant. And I don't understand how anyone is operating right now. They're all within like 15 feet of each other, having all these conversations in raised voices because everyone's yelling at each other during these scenes. And the kid just somehow understood the whole suppository thing, but didn't understand what it did.
All right, Vic, he was raised in that thong village. He doesn't, or that other, not the thong village, the other village. He doesn't know what suppositories are. Apparently. And not to mention, if you tranquilize an animal wrong, you can kill it.
Well, that's true.
Maybe he knew that.
Maybe he knew that.
You didn't do the right dosage, you idiots.
Yeah, well, they didn't, right? That's the thing, is they gave him a too small of a dose, and then our country boy bumbling moron steps on the box with the other
fucking country
dosage.
Bumpkin.
And it's really confusing because, like, what? Why? Like, why was that in the middle of the walkway?
Because everyone's been tussling, Vic. Everyone was tussling with knives and stuff. Wow, little suspension of disbelief for the movie. You gotta have country guy do something. So he steps on this second capsule that Ray Liotta was gonna put up the elephant's butt again. So now we got trouble. We're in the air and the elephant is waking up.
I thought that this scene would go a different way, where they would lean harder into the butt poop jokes and make Ray Liotta scoop the powder and smear it on the inside of the butt.
Oh God, I guess I can't fault you. They could go anywhere in this movie. This could go anywhere.
I didn't think it was. And
there were times when I thought this kid might get murdered.
Yeah, considering how it went, that's really what they should have done. They should have been like, okay, guys, this is not going to be pleasant, but I think I can get more of this sedative onto the elephant. Just let me scoop this in there.
All right. Vic's on record for wanting to see powder scooped up and shoved in an elephant's butt. And
by Ray Liotta.
I don't even want to think about that.
I want to watch Ray Liotta do this.
Okay. Guys, if you want to write some fan art for Vic and send that to moviebagagepod@gmail.com. make sure she gets it. But instead of that image, we get crazy scene where the elephant's waking up, everyone's freaking out. The pilots are like, dump the elephant, dump the elephant. They start opening the cargo hold of this plane. The elephant's getting slid down on this track. And everyone's fighting each other. I think Danny Glover does a back kick right now and kicks one of the pilots. It's crazy.
Yeah, so one of the pilots, and this was one of the things that like I did not, again, I was like, what the fuck is happening? So the elephant doesn't try, even though it's moving around, doesn't try to step off of this platform that's dropping it off of the plane. Like the elephant could presumably just take a step forward and not be dropped off the plane because he's on like this little platform that's sliding him backwards.
What are you talking about right now? I don't.
Why doesn't the elephant just step forward?
First of, the elephant was just sedated. Okay, it's waking up from sedation. It is on a plane. It doesn't understand it's in a plane in the fucking air while a track is slowly going to drop it off of a plane. How smart do you think these things are?
It stays remarkably calm and still on the platform as it slides. It stops all of its action, all of its jostling around, tumbling everybody, comes to a complete standstill. It's like lulled to sleep by the platform.
You don't think that might be because it's a fake elephant?
It's definitely a fake elephant.
Which I think looked remarkably good, by the way.
Oh, very good.
It is very hard to tell that there are fake elephants in this. They made a bunch of fake ones. Some of them are animatronic, some just stand still. But in the trivia, I read some trivia on this one. They said that the real elephant, Ty, who plays Botat, would get tricked and he would think the real animatronic ones were real.
That's so cute. So
he probably would poke him with his nose, like, what's going on with this guy?
Do you think it was kind of like an uncanny valley feeling where he's like, what's wrong with them? Like, do you think it was freaky the way it's freaky when you see like really realistic
wax figures?
Yeah, like, but so that was the other thing that was crazy. So Danny Glover is fighting to keep Botat on the plane, and this other sort of like co-pilot or assistant, they're like gonna murder each other.
This is so crazy. This is full-on combat with these American pilots against American soldiers, and they're fighting with this button. One button pushes the ramp down, one pushes it back up, and they gotta get the the elephant back on the plane.
The co-pilot goes to literally throw Danny Glover's character out the open cargo hatch with no parachute to kill him.
Yes.
And Danny Glover goes to like kick him off of him also into the air. And then Botat kicks a leg and sort of just knocks him but to the side because Botat's not a murderer. Botat's better than all American murder soldiers. The elephants are the only good people. Everyone else is pretty bad. If you wear a loincloth or you are an elephant, you are good. Everyone else is gray area to bad.
That's a pretty good rule of thumb. Elephants and people in loincloths are good. But I love this. I mean, Predator 2 is awesome, but Danny Glover doesn't do any back kicks in it. That was crazy.
It was a pretty jarringly intense scene for what has been. This is the other thing that I noticed through the movie, which is because this movie could be so much better if they there's one of the issues I have is how often they will break the action for Ray Liotta to explain the plan yet again. Every single action scene is started and ended by Ray Liotta yet again explaining the plan. So before the plane, we're going to get this elephant on a plane. Plane's going to fly us to here, and blah, 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 blah. After the plane, we've got to get to this village, and we're going to get a truck, and then we'll get the truck to another plane. We'll get that, and then we'll get there. Like, he is constantly making these unbelievably boring breakaways where he's explaining with a map where they are and where they're going and what the plan is and how many days it will take them, and that they're
I am
still on
sorry, Vic.
schedule.
You are on
They're
record
still
saying
on schedule.
you were not happy that and James and the Giant Peach that we didn't get to see them set up the crane to grab the peach from on top of a building. You don't like all these logistics in this movie? I'm sorry. I don't know how to get an elephant across Vietnam in the Vietnam War. I want to know how they do it.
Do you know now? Do you feel like Ray Liotta explained it enough times? Because you go from this badass action scene with an elephant and a plane fight, and they're gonna fall through the air, and then it's just cut back to like they drop him off, and they're
cool
walking
down
away.
We gotta cool down now. We're too amped up.
Oh my god.
We gotta cool off. So
I don't like it. Also, the close-up of the cargo plane, there's like a close-up scene where Dennis Leary's character is trying to get back on it. And of course, the guys won't let him back on. He almost killed them all. And in that close-up scene, it is not the same plane. It is very clearly a van dressed up to be the plane trying to fly away. And if you look, the wheels, the plane comes down a lot and the wheels are very barely visible, but it's clearly like a van wheels. It's like, it's not a plane anymore. And Dennis Leary doesn't get that close to it, because if he did, it wouldn't look anywhere near the right size, because it's definitely a van driving away.
Is this where he says, I'm going to call LBJ?
Yeah.
I like that line.
I will say that I also have loved the music in this movie so far.
Yep. Loving it. So the kid's pissed. He runs with the elephant into the jungle. Danny Glover's like, I can be a very scary, yelly, back-kicking man, but I'm also from Angels in the Outfield. I know how to talk to orphan children.
Oh my god.
So he follows him. And Vic, would you believe I cried at this scene? I told you certain things, even in the craziest movies, will get me with animals. And when Lynn is holding Botat's nose, talking him down, and I cry. Did you tear up a little?
No. I found the drama in this movie really melodramatic. Like it was too much for me. I wanted this movie to pick a lane. I wanted it to be a comedy or be a drama. I couldn't take it. It was too like stupid and slapstick and then intensely emotional. I wasn't on board. I did like somewhere in this whole thing of things going wrong with the plane, we get another great line from our other friend, our lucky Dougie Doug character, Ashford. I think his name's Ashford. He says to Dennis Leary's character, "Bet you wish you had your lucky bottle cap now, you smart ass."
Oh yes, we forgot this scene, and I had to rewind it 3 times, and then I turned on the subtitles to get this. Dennis Leary has a bottle cap in his hand, and Dougie Doug's like, "Where'd you get it?" I don't remember how this starts, but Dennis
Leary kisses it and puts it in his pocket.
He kisses it.
And so Ashford thinks it's a lucky charm and wants it because he wants all the lucky
remember,
charms.
It's been a little while since we knew this, but they bring this up. But Dougie Doug is a luck fiend. He loves luck. So Dennis Leary has some story about how this bottle fell out of the machine for free. So it's lucky. So he kept the cap. And the guy's like, I'll give you $20 for it. And Dennis Leary's like, nah, you don't want to buy this. He's like, I'll give you $40. And he's like, okay. Then Danny Glover says what sounded to me like, and so, I'm like, what? Rewind it. And what? Danny Glover? Let me turn the subtitles on. He says, man, that bottle cap's from the Coke he just opened or something.
Yeah. He's conning you.
It's a con.
It's a con. We've got to establish a little bit more. These characters have been in the background for too long. Remember, Dennis Leary is a con man. Dougie Doug likes lucky things. But so then the line of like, bet you wish you had your lucky bottle cap now, you asshole. Like you smart ass, like came out of nowhere because again, this is a PG film.
Oh yeah.
And so even having that line it's something for a Disney PG film.
Oh, this is something. This is something for Disney. I'm honestly surprised it's on Disney Plus right now. You guys can still stream it.
Mm-hmm. This is up and about.
Anyway, back to the forest. Back to the forest. Back to the forest.
The forest.
Where I was crying.
Mm-hmm.
And then Danny Glover he seems to convince, I guess the elephant understands English. He seems to convince the kid and the elephant to come back in one speech.
Kid, to be clear, the kid says the elephant understands English.
He does. Good.
Which is one of the like
weird to teach an elephant
over.
Weird in Vietnam to bother to teach your elephant English, but sure. And
sure.
And I love this. Danny Glover shakes the nose of Botat. Like a handshake, but he's holding it.
Is this where it kind of like sucks? It sort of sucks over his hand and is sort of like mucusy, and it's sort of like it's like the elephant is bonding with him by sort of belating his hand with an elephant trunk.
I wasn't going to use that word. Okay.
It was uncomfortable.
Let's just say I like the idea of man and elephant shaking hands or nose and hand. Seeing it, a little gross.
It was a little bit,
unnatural. It looks unnatural.
I wrote, elephant slobber trunk sucking is not my emotional base.
No, I was bawling. Bawling like a baby.
Oh, well, I'm glad that it spoke to you. I'm sure that this movie didn't speak to many people, and it's good that it has reached anyone.
Sure has.
This movie also, and I'm not sure if it's just who Ray Liotta, Danny Glover, Dennis Leary are, but they will frequently interact with people.
That's just
as if they're being very friendly.
It is just so funny to hear those three actor names. I mean, we are in a kid's movie right now. That is so damn funny. Ray Liotta, Danny Glover, and Dennis Leary are in Operation Dumbo Drop.
No, they get into a village. And they're no, they where do they get the truck?
They see some villagers trying to move a big stump and they can't pull it out.
Yes.
Who fucking knows why they are trying to move a massive stump out of what appears to be a swamp. There's nothing around it. There's no reason to move this stump, but it is a massive stump they're trying to rip out of the ground.
Yeah, like think like redwoods. Like this stump is like a 500-year-old tree that got cut down in the middle of what appears to be an open
20
plain.
feet across. But they
There's
desperately
no
need
other
to get rid of it. They don't like it. They don't
They
like
could
it
just
being
move the field.
There's a place for giant stumps, and this is not it.
They could just move this field a little to the left because again, they're in a huge open expanse. This one tree stump needs to be fucking moved.
But anyway, they need help. We figure, hey, Ray Liotta doesn't want to help them. I think, doesn't Dennis Leary weigh in, say yes, we should help them with the elephant?
So no, so what happens is they're all walking and Botat and Lynn just fuck off to go help. They don't even say anything about it. They just fucking leave to go help. And then Ray Liotta goes, where are they going? And Danny's like, they're going to help. And I think Dennis Leary's character maybe says something like, it doesn't hurt. I need a break or something like that. Like, who cares? I need a break anyway. And so Ray Liotta's like, well, I'm going to continue on my own. Just You all play. Go play in the swamp. Go play. He keeps saying that and he just fucking leaves for a while. And then comes back because, like, obviously he can't leave. Like, he can't
While he
leave
was gone, while he went and cooled off, they got the stump out, and the villagers give them a truck in return.
Yes.
So definitely worth it.
Which is explained because you're like, wouldn't that be an extremely valuable piece of equipment in the middle of a fucking war? But the way they explain it is it was given to this village as a gift of goodwill, but they weren't given money for gas. And so they can't afford to ever gas it up, which begs the question, why does it have gas now for them to use? But I guess I'm not supposed to ask those types of practical
Made sense
questions.
to me. Made sense to me.
Yeah.
So they got a truck, put Botat on that baby.
Yep.
And we're rolling to the next village.
So they get into this village, and this is when the Viet Cong spot them, or like one of the lieutenants or something from the Viet Cong spots them and puts together that they're bringing this elephant, I think.
Yes. So he sees the elephant. He puts together what they're trying to do. He's going to try and stop them. But before he can, Botat sees some bananas.
Yeah.
And he's hungry.
Botat takes off with a speed surprising from an elephant, although probably realistic. I've never been, thankfully, close to a stampeding elephant, but I think that'd be pretty fucking fast and pretty fucking scary.
Yeah, I have.
You've been close to a stampeding elephant?
Mm-hmm. I've been to South Africa.
Oh, you're a desert man.
No.
Well, you grew up over
South Africa is not a desert.
No, the savannah. But you were in Middle East Africa, which is closer to South Africa than Florida.
I was living in the US and it was a vacation. My family took to South Africa. But
well,
yes, an
fancy.
elephant didn't stampede, but he did do a mock charge at our Land Rover. He put his ears, he like ran forward and had his ears all big.
Yeah.
It's intense.
Yeah, and an African elephant's a lot bigger than Asian elephants, right? They're like
a little bigger.
I think they're like several tons larger.
I think we're comparing apples and oranges here to Asian elephants
and elephants.
Yes.
Fine, yeah. Well, I will say that as a kid who also grew up, I guess I was kind of older because the show came out a little bit late for our generation, but the Last Airbender cartoon and the guy who's always yelling, "My cabbages!" I felt like I was getting those vibes. Because as Botat stampedes through this like village square, there's just carts of food being knocked over everywhere. And I just pictured the guy, the reoccurring character in Airbender, screaming, "My cabbages!"
Okay.
Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
No, but I'm sure it's a reference everyone else is getting.
Everyone
this
else
scene is just
it.
like the cabbage guy from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Mm-hmm. Well, he stampedes through, and I will say that I thought something interesting was going on, and when I did look it up in the trivia, in this scene, there was a trainer who was running alongside Botat to keep him running, but they needed there to be a clear path, but they wanted to make it look like Botat was the one who was knocking everything out of the way, but physically that would have been dangerous. So everything in the village square was actually on wires and was pulled away strategically right as he got there. And Botat was just so chill that he or I guess he just didn't care if he actually stampeded through it, but like ran straight, and like you can kind of see it when it happens that he's not knocking the stuff over. The stuff is sort of parting like the Red Seas for him, but it does give a really funky and cool effect.
Yeah, it's awesome. I said, it is hard to tell when it's not really an elephant. Like they use him a lot, and then the animatronic ones are really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot of real stuff.
That totally brought me into this world. I was never taken out.
And so there's now They know that the Viet Cong is onto them. There's an angry mob chasing them. They got the van working again, somewhat.
Truck.
And they
didn't put an elephant in a van.
I'm sorry, truck. They got the truck working, and they got to get out of here in a hurry. And I was like, how are they going to load Botat onto the? Oh no, Botat's just going to run, and the people are going to get on the truck. And
cut to the elephants on the truck.
Well, we have a brief moment of Dennis Leary and the country boy falling in elephant poop trying to get on the truck.
Yes. So the elephant's not on the truck. There's a bunch of poop on the truck, and they're both rolling in it. And then cut to the elephant is now on the truck, and they're both still covered in poop.
Yes.
That scene was weird. I'll give you that.
We needed it though, apparently, because they're needed.
We just saw the Viet Cong trying to kill everyone. We need to decompress here with some poop jokes.
So we have our poop joke. The truck breaks down. Ray Liotta breaks out a map and starts explaining again what the plan is supposed to be and how it's going wrong.
The plan keeps changing, Vic. What do you expect? We gotta let us know. What are we gonna do now?
Dennis Leary is done. Dennis Leary, his suit is covered in poop, and he says that he's walking to Saigon.
Yes.
He's going to walk to Saigon. And we finally get the payoff.
It was set up in the beginning. Danny Glover knows a secret about our boy Poole here. And this is a Disney movie. Danny Glover says
PG. Remember, this is a PG Disney movie.
Danny Glover says, I know you've been sleeping with the general's wife. And that's the dirt he's got on him. And Poole turns around and is like, all right, I'll stay with you guys.
Poole turns around and says, I thought I was sleeping with his daughter.
Ooh, I forgot about that. Yes. Oh my God. And I think that's supposed to be like, oh, the general's. That should be on the general or something. He likes them young. Is that what the joke is?
Genuinely could not tell you.
That feels like another.
That is getting at.
That feels like another Dennis Leary improvised line there.
Yeah. And I don't know who responds to it, but someone in the group sort of says, I don't think that would make the general any happier to know, which is funny. But that's just said like off camera, like someone says that. Yeah. So we get the payout. I had one other thought, which is as Dennis Leary is having this breakdown, the light really catches his hair, and it begs the question, Dennis Leary a ginger?
I believe he's blonde.
I don't know. You should watch that scene.
His hair?
He
didn't come up. He didn't come up. You're the one who did all that research. He never came up.
But the thing is, a lot of these actors have been hiding it. They're living in the shadows. And I'll tell you, he looks real strawberry in that light. He looks really strawberry. And if he's been hiding it, shame on him. Shame on him. You're part of the problem, Dennis Leary. You're a big enough star. You come out of the woodwork. We will accept you. We will accept you for who you are.
The internet says he does not.
You should look at it. He catches some real strawberry tones.
Oh, nice. Strawberry tones.
Yeah. And then Ray Liotta can't take it because Danny Glover's like, let's take a beat and calm ourselves and think through what we should do and have faith that we will find a solution. And Ray Liotta is like, if you don't let me plan every iota of this excursion, I will fucking kill you here and now on this bridge. And they get into this insane thing, which was mentioned on the plane ride, which I don't know if you clocked it there, but Ray Liotta is like mad that Danny Glover is retiring to go to Fort Lauderdale to work at his brother's roofing company.
Fencing. A fencing company.
No, it is a roofing company.
I thought I thought you said fence.
he later says,
that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
As you stand on those in this
weird
in this argument,
manual
he's
labor.
like, you're gonna stand on those rooftops looking over Fort Lauderdale and look back on your time here, and you just want to have one thing you can be proud of instead of all the dark and horrible shit we've had to see. It's like it's like an intense.
I remember this.
And you're like, I don't understand why you're still mad that he has a job lined up when he gets out of the army. And I don't understand what Disney movies are doing talking about the dark.
Yeah, guys, all of a sudden we went from the guys rolling in elephant poop to two A-list actors acting their asses off about the horrors of Vietnam. And how do you go back to a normal life after that, after knowing what you did? And
you want to leave on a note so you can look back and feel like you did something good, except it's not going to be pulling a kid from a burning building or saving one of your fellow soldiers. It's this. And like, what?
Damn, Vic. Yeah, I was there with you for that. You really acted your ass off. I just had the thought, I really hope this happened. If these guys are like, we got to get into character, and they just spent like a week with Vietnam vets, and they're just interviewing them, and like, so what movie is this again you guys are doing? Operation Dumbo Drop. We gotta be guys that get an elephant.
Sir, it's Operation Dumbo Drop. Yeah, the men's emotions boil up, and unlike a musical where they would boil up to the point of breaking into song, because this is Vietnam vets, the emotions boil up to where they just have to have a fist fight brawl on the bridge, which is then eventually broken up by our country boy, who's like, break it up, guys. Except they almost throw him off the bridge, presumably to his death. And that's when
that's what's boiling under the surface in all these scenes, is that these are all killers, guys. Killing is nothing to them. Everybody, the pilots, the Americans, their own troops, killing is just second nature now. So they could have thrown that boy over the bridge.
Who would do a thing about it? Fucking no one.
The Vietnam War.
Vietnam War. The thing that's crazy is like, that is, how are you gonna sand off the edges when you're gonna throw in scenes like that?
That's the best they could do. We gotta mention it. The darkness inside these men.
So we get another great line from Dougie Doug, where the fight sort of ended and they've calmed, and Dougie Doug has not been involved in this, and so he just pops in and goes, at the risk of rekindling hostilities, which is really funny to me. At the risk of rekindling hostilities. And then it's, of course, what the hell are we going to do now? And then it turns out that Danny Glover knew the whole time that there was this barge boat that came down the river, and they could have just waited for it. And why he didn't just share that information as opposed to fucking with Ray Liotta to the point of a fist fight is questionable.
No, it isn't. I can explain that easily.
Okay.
What we haven't been saying, or we didn't mention, is that there has been an underlying tension on who is in charge of this expedition. Because Danny Glover won the odds or evens.
No, he did not. He lost it.
Oh, he lost it. So that's what. Okay, that's perfect.
Ray
so that
Liotta
explains it even more.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not going to explain it to Ray Liotta. He knows the barge is coming, but he knows he should be in charge of this operation.
Mm-hmm.
And he's watching this guy melt down and give up.
Their odds evens game, which comes up a couple times, was really confusing to me.
I don't understand it at all. It looks like rock, paper, scissors, but they both pull the same. Yeah, I think I get it. I get it.
You get it now. They're counting. They go odds or evens, and they throw out a number, and then whatever it adds up to, if the number is odd or even, they win.
Got it. Just throw out 3 if you want odds.
they react so quickly every time that they haven't done the math. Like either they're all math geniuses, but they're like reacting.
Here's why it's confusing. They do it twice, and both times they both pick the same, and it looks like scissors for rock, paper, scissors.
They throw out
They both
twos.
do two. So you're like, what is this game? Now, yes, you're right. They're adding up fingers.
They're adding up the fingers. And so in the first one, it was like the two of them plus their commander. And then in the next time, it's just like the two of them. The thing is that it's half the time one of their hands is like half out of the shot, and they never pause long enough to be like as if anyone counted. It's like they immediately react the moment the hands are thrown. And so I
All right,
was
thank
the
you.
first time I'm sorry.
Thank you for explaining that I'm not dumb.
Sometimes the fact that I hyper analyze these scenes is helpful, but I'm just sitting there. What could this possibly fucking mean?
Yeah, I just let it go, but you don't. I'm glad for it.
Don't let anything go. This is also the scene where I realized that Corin Nemec is in Sand Sharks. It took me this long into the movie to piece it together.
Oh, really? You didn't recognize him? Corin Nemec?
No. But I got to hear and I was like, who is that guy?
Did that endear you to his character a little more? Knowing he was in Sand Sharks, your favorite movie? Or not favorite?
Absolutely. It's among
Octopus is your favorite, I believe.
I have a special place in my heart for absolutely insane shark flicks. Like they very specific to the shark ones. I think there's something special about that. But either way,
that's cinema.
We'll do it on when it comes around to Shark Week. That'll be our Shark Week special.
Okay.
But they get on this boat. They get on the boat. The boat's called the Marie Antoinette. The guy's French.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He sings really bad opera. It's fine.
It's not fine, but we'll move past it.
Doyle's like a huge killjoy. Ray Liotta's just all of a sudden he's just an enormous killjoy now, even though they got the boat, everything's going well, everything's going great. And then the Viet Cong catch up to them on a boat that looks like it's from some sort of speedster racer. It's got like a face painted on it, like it's something out of a video game. It makes no sense, the boat they show up on, at least not to me. Maybe I don't know my Viet Cong river boats very well.
They probably commandeered it. They probably commandeered it from a Frenchman.
From a Frenchman. You know, all those Frenchmen that are barging up and down rivers and
racing boats. They're racing boats.
And so they've got a rocket launcher on this boat, and cue another absolutely batshit insane scene. So we've got our fight in the airplane. Now we got to get our fight on the boat. We're gonna hit.
Yeah, guys, this movie has everything. We have battles in the air. We have battles on the sea.
Yeah, got to get it all.
All with elephants. There's an elephant in tow.
So now is the time. It's literally never been mentioned until right now. Dougie Doug is an artillery specialist. So why the fuck is he on this mission? Like, why did you not get somebody who's infantry? Or Ray Liotta is apparently a Green Beret. Why did you get another Green Beret? Why is he here? He's an artillery specialist?
For this moment, Vic, that's why.
Yeah. So he turns...
They knew this might happen.
He turns to Doyle and is like, after they've missed twice, he just knows. He's like, they're going to have us in 3. He's like, I'm an artillerist. You have to trust me. They're going to be able to use trajectory to have us in 3. And he's like, we got to yell to the Frenchman, zigzag, give him a moving target, as if no one's ever thought to zigzag.
It's a great idea. I would have never thought of that.
So they start zigzagging.
And then you know what's really good is when you zag when they think you're gonna zig.
Right. The boat is slow though, because it's an enormous barge with an elephant on it, and it's pretty predictable which directions it's fucking moving. It's not fast.
I gotta say, when you're talking about easy targets, a barge with an elephant on it is gotta be one of the easiest.
And so Dennis Leary pulls out this radio and starts trying to call in an airstrike. And yet again, we get a situation which is the job of the people he's calling, and yet they have to be sort of bribed, coerced, and blackmailed into helping, despite the fact that this is literally a sanctioned operation with orders from people. And this is these people's job. And they're like, we need you to call in an airstrike. We're under attack. And the guy's like, what does he want? He wants like a Thunderbird. He wants some sort of sports car in return.
I'll say this, Vic. Let's say Dennis Leary calls you up and says, give me a ride. It's your job. Are you going to just come pick him up? He's going to have to bribe you or coerce you. It's Dennis Leary.
I'm going to be honest. Under no circumstances would I allow Dennis Leary into my vehicle.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He would have to blackmail you.
If I was an artillery pilot and Dennis Leary was like, I need to call in an airstrike and it's your job, I think
you're terrible
would.
You're terrible at your job because artillery strike is not done by the air.
Oh, it's a ground thing.
That's a ground thing.
The ground thing. Whatever. So they patch Dougie Doug through to someone who he knows and probably could have just called on his own, because they immediately start shooting the shit and they're like, we're actively being fired at. And Dougie Doug calls in some sort of coordinates on a map. It looks like an Amazon passcode that he's giving the guy. He gives him a series of numbers and letters, and then they almost blow up the boat. Oh. And Ray Liotta's like, they almost hit us. And Dougie's like, they almost hit where we were.
Yeah, I remember that. You're like, okay.
It's supposed to be like a joke on how you would calculate the trajectory of a moving target, because it means that the person who's chasing them is going to be there. It's not great.
It's a great joke.
It's not great.
I love trajectory jokes personally, so I was laughing.
You love it. I'll say that a lot of the people in the production must have thought that at this point there wasn't a lot of comedy, that we'd gone too long without humor, so we're gonna make the elephant puke. And Dougie Doug is going to have his least believable line of the movie, which is where he says, when I'm back home and people ask me what the worst thing I saw in Vietnam was.
Yeah, I remember this too. I'm like, oh boy.
Now I know what I'll say.
I don't think the writers looked too much into the history of the Vietnam War.
I don't.
Elephant throw up? Yeah. Pretty easy day.
It's also not on anyone. It's like he just throws up on the deck of the boat and they're like, ew.
So crazy. So crazy.
Yeah, it's weird. They get away. Everybody's excited. They start wandering through the jungle and it rains, so they hide underneath the elephant. Considering how much piss and shit and vomit this elephant's been putting out, feels dangerous to me, but we get another weird, like, oh shit, we should have some character development here. Dennis Leary's character gives the kid his Rolex. He's wearing like a gold Rolex, and the kid's looking at it while they're under an elephant, and he's like, you want to try it on?
Mm-hmm.
What's happening?
Dennis Leary's heart has been melted.
I guess.
Or his cold heart has been melted. We get to, again, like, I swear these guys watched Jungle Book. And that's how they made this movie.
Well, Jungle Book, I think, is supposed to take place in
Vietnam War?
Or Thailand. No, like in Thailand, I think. think it functionally takes
Jungle
place
Book is in
there.
India.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, then I'm wrong. I haven't seen that movie in so long.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
the
the
temple's
temple is
weird.
basically the temple from Jungle Book where the tiger lives.
100%.
This is an elephant themed temple with
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
statues of elephants.
Yeah.
These guys are like, perfect. What
It
better
has
place
no
to hide
roof.
out?
It has no
Oh, yeah.
roof. And they're like, we can get out of the rain here. How? There's no roof. I mean, I think presumably they eventually get somewhere, but they could have shown any aspect of this having covering. Instead, it's just a bunch of stone pillars with elephants in the middle of the woods, in the middle of the jungle. And the kid
I'm just
goes up.
imagining you at 3 a.m. Your eyes are red, and you're just like, there's no fucking roof on this. And they're saying they're gonna get out in the rain. Ah!
They walk up and there's these like relief images on the walls, and the kid starts telling them that it's like this creation story. Danny Glover's like, oh, because the elephant is their god. And the kid's like, no, the elephant is the father of God.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I was also like, okay.
feels like semantics, like just a
Yeah.
different type of god. Whatever, I'm not gonna argue with you, kid. And he goes on, he's like, elephants were originally white and in the clouds, and the elephant came down and lay next to this woman, and she woke up pregnant. And I'm like, so the elephant had sex with a woman?
I was
That's
also
what we're
imagining Dumbo. Say elephant in the clouds. Dumbo came
flying in the
down.
clouds. Yeah.
I swear
And
they're linking up other movies into this. This is a Dumbo story that he's telling right now. That Dumbo gets a lady pregnant.
and then as they're telling the story of how the elephant had sex with a woman and then that woman gave birth to God, it then dramatically pans and zooms into the elephant's eye and like has a very dramatic fast
Like, it
zoom
was
close up.
you. It was you that did that.
It's just a little jarring because the movie hasn't really done one of these like close frame super zoom in, and then it just focuses on the elephant's sort of like watering eye with eyelashes, and I'm like, am I supposed to be feeling something right now?
This was a
What is
strange
this?
part. In an otherwise pretty tame movie, this was strange.
And then
I was confused.
it cuts to them inside some sort of covered temple area now, and
Oh, okay. This is
as
when
it
you get to
pans
relax a little bit. Okay, they did have a roof.
they did have a roof. It pans away from Dougie Doug talking to the kid, and he just leans over and goes, next time when you tell that story, maybe you could have the elephant be white. Say it started, or no, maybe the elephants could all be black instead of white. Maybe all the elephants could start off black. Disney,
Funny.
what are you getting? What are you getting at with this joke? Is this just a joke about? Is this a joke about Black Jesus? Like, what are you getting at? And then it pans back to Ray Liotta yet again planning. There's a lot of talk of planning. He's planning how they need to get intelligence to see if the trail they need to take is clear. And he and
All
Danny are
right,
talking
let's
about,
get to. We don't need to go over every line.
you don't need to go over every line
I
because it's
don't.
burned into my brain forever. The
I want to
kid
get to the part where
realizes,
the kid is kidnapped.
well, this is part of it, is the kid realizes that they still don't trust him and that he's the only one who can go, but because they don't trust him, they won't let him. Then Danny has to have this emotional moment with him where the kid runs away and reveals how his family died. And so we get the payoff of the fade to black that started at the beginning. He reveals that they were walking through this area where he and his family, like his whole village, like did lumber, like, yeah, we're like cutting down logs and bringing them back somewhere for lumber, and basically got caught in the crossfires of a fight between the Viet Cong and the Americans, and they killed everybody.
Yes, this movie began with a massacre, guys. It was a fucking massacre. Elephants and humans murdered by both US and North Viet Cong troops.
Yeah.
God damn.
And that that the elephant lifted this boy up, like picked him up from the ground.
Yes, the elephant saved him. The elephant saved him and ran off with them. Okay, that's why they're friends.
And got shot repeatedly.
He's got scars on him. He's got scars on him. He's got bullet scars in his leg and stuff. You're like, God damn.
Insane. And yeah, and so that's like Botat is like his only living family. And so but Danny Glover has a weird line where he's like, I don't care which side killed your family, and I bet you don't either. And it's kind of like, that feels like a bad bet. You think he doesn't care which side actually killed his family? I mean,
I think they're just trying to say war is bad, but you're right. It's kind of like, oh yeah, don't worry about who killed your family. It's like, and if it was the US, who cares?
You know, it comes across as like a little dismissive of the fact that, like, yeah, you can make an argument that war is bad and both sides are doing bad things. But when you're talking to an individual person whose family and entire village was massacred, it probably does matter to them who specifically did it. Like,
yes.
Like down to the exact person.
Whatever. Terrible. Lin gets kidnapped by the Viet Cong.
He goes to try and get the intelligence. He goes to prove himself that he can be trusted to get the intelligence and gets kidnapped by the Viet Cong. Soldiers all wake up.
Hard as fuck.
They are
torturing this kid. And he won't give him up. He won't give up his friends. I'm like, holy shit. They're torturing this kid.
PG. This is a PG movie
the
from
Viet
Disney.
Cong is torturing a child in this movie, guys.
Yeah. Abducting. There's blood. There's visible blood dripping from his mouth. And it is a PG, meaning parental guidance is suggested. Fucking insane.
Free Willy was also PG.
And much more in line with what I was expecting a PG movie to be like. Someone broke a window. Woo. Like, bad. So he doesn't turn him over.
Fuck yeah, Lin. You don't snitch.
He's not a snitch. All the men are hugging. There's lots of hugging. There's lots of man hugs. I think this is a good movie for like male emotional bonding.
I mean, the loincloths were a big hint on that. Bond with my boys in my loincloth.
Yeah, you know, just
boys being boys.
Boys being boys, hugging it out, drinking their weird wines, and having their butts hang out while they hug.
It's the dream.
Yeah. Although Lin does say in the scene, like, Americans hug a lot. Like, as if it's not that everyone hugs, that Americans hug, which is probably true. We're a nation of huggers. I think compared to other people. Have you ever hugged a Swede? They don't like it. They're like, ugh. Like, you guys go to your beaches naked. Why can't I hug you? Unless it's me. Maybe I make Swedish people uncomfortable. If you were a Swedish person,
I would never say that, but
you wouldn't mind a little bit of a scientific experiment.
You might be a little intense for their Swedish sensibilities.
Let's meet up. If you are Swedish, I need to meet you, and I need to find out if I am somewhat off-putting to you personally.
Oh man, who could turn that invite down? Hit us up, Swedish people.
Hit us up, and we'll meet in a coffee shop, and we'll see if I am off-putting to you. I think I can promise that if you don't want me to, I won't touch you. I can promise that.
They'll probably describe the entire season of heated rivalry to you and all the details.
They gotta know. Everyone's gotta know. They know the trail is good. They're gonna go on the trail. It's fine. I didn't understand this. They decide or they've decided that the trail is good, but then the Viet Cong are there. I don't know I can't remember what it is that prompts them to be like, we need to do another airdrop.
Yeah, what they rescue the kid, right?
They rescue the kid.
This is another intense part, guys, where we are seeing Americans and the Viet Cong, guns drawn, rushing in to save a kid being tortured. I don't know what's gonna happen. Amazingly, I don't think anyone gets killed in this.
No.
Which is
no.
like, they're really like, how do you have a face-off in the jungle with Viet Cong and American troops with no gunfire and no one gets shot? They're just doing backflips to make this story work.
There is gunfire, but nobody gets hit.
No one even gets close to actually dying. But you're just like, wow, we are in a strange world here where torture is happening, but gunfights don't end in any real injuries.
And like, they decide that they need to do this airdrop because that's what it is that like their cover is blown, like that they'll be found too quickly. So they need to get there faster with an airdrop. And the whole time I'm just there like, the Viet Cong know you're going to this specific village with this elephant. Why wouldn't they just wait till you get there and then again the next day show up and kill the elephant again? Like, they can't. You're not going to stay there and protect the elephant. They could kill this elephant at any time. They don't have to be chasing you Benny Hill style across Vietnam.
Okay, Vic.
They know where you're going.
This movie is called Operation Dumbo Drop. I want to see an elephant dumped out of a plane with a parachute. I want it. I better get it, or this movie is a failure.
Yep, and we get it.
We sure do.
Because they say, well, if we were gonna drop a tractor, we don't need a landing strip. If we were gonna drop a tractor, it wouldn't.
Yes,
it wouldn't need to land.
The guy gets this idea from a tractor metaphor. I'm like, what on earth are we talking about?
I mean, yeah, they airdropped things in giant crates, like, you know, like that's how they'd airdrop like Jeeps and things into the jungle. But it was just like, it was the weirdest
the Air Force drops things all the time. They did it all the time in World War II. They would have, the first thought probably would have been airdrop the elephant, but they're just thinking of it now. We now got to do a second extraction with a plane again.
Yep.
And this time, everybody's suiting up. They're all jumping. I love it.
They're all jumping except for the kid who's going to be left alone on the plane.
He's going to be with those friendly pilots that we all love.
I know, who were threatening to kill him. And they're like, no, you stay here. Why wasn't this discussed ahead of time? What the fuck are you talking about? And then there's like this whole thing of like, if you could do this the whole time. No, they don't figure out any of the plan until they're in the air. Cue a fight where you think, is this kid gonna pull out another scythe and try and slit Danny Glover's throat? Because it feels like we're in deja vu. We're in you know, Plane Fight Part 2. The Viet Cong open fire on the plane. And the plane is going down. And so now everybody's got to jump.
Yeah, so first it's Ray Liotta and I forgot who, but first a few guys jump, then it's going to be the elephant, then it's going to be Danny Glover.
And they're going to make, this is one of the craziest things, is so theoretically at the beginning of the plan, people could just stay on the plane. And they're like, no, Dennis, you got to come with us. Like, Poole, you got to come with us. Why? And he's like, why? I'm a desk guy. Why? I've never even jumped out of a plane. And they're like, no, you got to go. Don't worry about it.
We're all jumping.
We're all jumping. So they do. They all now have to jump. The thing that also bothered me, they have a shit ton of time.
You're getting bothered right now? This is the climax of the movie. We're about to get a Dumbo drop.
They're all talking to these pilots for fucking ever. They're in the air. The plane is going down forever. And they know the whole time that now the kid is going to have to also bail from the plane. And they don't put a fucking parachute on him. They're like, no, just hold on to me. It'll be fine. We'll hug it out American style. You'll definitely not be ripped from my arms as I suddenly go from a very high velocity to almost a complete stop when this parachute deploys, like frequently dislocating the shoulders of people who wear it. But this kid will definitely just be able to hang on.
I'm not sure you're aware, Vic. You said you saw it. Danny Glover has killed a predator with his bare hands. I can totally believe he can hang on to this kid while he's parachuting.
Oh my God. So they go. The guys jump.
You're not accepting that argument?
No, I'm not accepting. I'm not accepting that Predator Danny Glover and Captain
it's the same
Sam
guy.
Cahill are the same person in
this
like
is
the
actually
same
a
universe.
prequel. This is a prequel to Predator 2, guys. I don't know if you know that.
That I would believe. That I would believe. If you told me that this one came before and that this guy then later turned into the guy
He's a Vietnam
Predator.
vet in Predator 2 who became a cop. That explains a lot, actually.
It's a lot more.
He
it's
murders
a better
a lot of people in that one.
And he saved
So
that
awesome.
one kid in the elephant, so he has no moral qualms anymore. He's fine with anything he does.
He walked away from Vietnam feeling good about himself. All right, let's cut to it. They jump out of the plane. We got a Dumbo drop. The elephant is getting parachuted down. The VC is got their guns trained on it. They got the shot.
So before the bigger thing is that the moment when they're shooting the plane, they cut the line that's supposed to deploy his parachute. And so then Ray Liotta has to like Mission Impossible skydive down to the falling elephant to pull the ripcord on the elephant. But he has to like do that thing where he's like crawling all over the elephant as it's falling through the air so that he can get the ripcord. And he can't physically pull the ripcord. So he has to like grip the ripcord with all his strength, pull his own chute, and have like the strength of his own chute ripping him backwards, deploy the elephant chute. And it's very high energy for them to then drift slowly and gracefully into the crosshairs of the Viet Cong, who just waiting.
Yes, but we got a guy who's got a moral compass, and I think it's the guy who killed the elephant in the beginning.
Yeah, he's already killed one elephant, and that was enough.
I can't have 2 elephant murders on my conscience. And he says, hold your fire. Let him have it.
Yeah.
And we got a successful Dumbo drop. They land.
Dumbo drop. So they land. Everybody's there. The village is going crazy.
Everybody's celebrating.
Celebrate Dumbo drops. Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm loving this. It's a celebration.
Yeah, it's a big party. Dougie Doug is stuck in a tree, but don't worry about it.
Funny.
He's asking for a ladder. It's good.
How funny would it have been if he died in this last scene?
I'm not gonna lie. If this hadn't been a PG-13, because they had set him up, I'm sorry, yeah.
I bet you there's a draft where he dies in it.
He was set up so hard to die right at the end. They foreshadowed that so hard, but it's a PG movie, and they can show the horrors of the Vietnam War, but they're not killing the comic relief in this one. It's a weird movie with weird takes. And one of the weird ones being that same guy who is just like, I'm not gonna shoot an elephant, changes his mind and just walks into the village and is like, well, I'm shooting it now. I wouldn't shoot it when it was falling through the air. Wanted to see that. That was cool. Wanted you to have your moment. I'll kill it now. We should have done that from the beginning. Should have just waited here to kill it when you got back with it. Live and learn. Next time you show up with an elephant, we'll kill it when it's here. So it's a waste of time.
Yeah. It's almost as if the Vietnam War is still going on and we're not celebrating anything, because horrors will continue to happen here.
I just why have a back-to-back scene, like scene A, I won't shoot an elephant anymore. Scene B, elephant is returned to village. Scene C, changed my mind. I definitely will shoot an elephant again.
Yeah, a little bit of a bittersweet ending there.
So Dougie Doug, and this was, I didn't like this because I liked that Dougie Doug up until now was superstitious. He wasn't a coward up until now. And then in this one, they have this scene where he's like, he hears that
No,
things
he
are
is
going
a coward.
awry.
He's a coward.
He wasn't a coward when he jumped out of the plane or when he fought off the angry mob or when he, like, he
They said he
wasn't.
was in the very beginning, Vic. They say he's hiding, trying to not get killed for the next week or whatever.
I know, but
And
then
they have
he
to throw a
never,
grenade into his tent to get him to run out.
like all of the actors, he doesn't actually play his character like a coward at all. And so this is supposed to be some big moment where he's doing something uncharacteristic of cutting his own parachute and just coming in guns blazing. But he's sort of done that. He did that when they went to rescue the kid. He did that when they jumped out of the airplane. They did that. Like, it's not a big moment. He hasn't been a coward the whole time. Don't, and everyone needs to lay off my Dougie Doug. He likes superstitious things. He's not a coward. That was some slander at the beginning. Anyway, he comes in, he saves the day. It's a good scene.
Yeah.
Nobody dies still. They just capture everyone alive. He comes in spraying an automatic machine gun like it's a confetti cannon, and no one gets injured. He's at the Kong, at the elephant, at the village, nobody. There's crowds of people, and he's just spraying a machine gun. Everyone's fine. Everyone's captured alive.
Yes.
Oh, did we kind of skipped.
It's fine.
The whole second airdrop was a con, and they stole that plane technically. But it's gonna be fine. They're not gonna be charged. They're not gonna be dishonorably discharged because they caught the Viet Cong leader, and now everyone's gonna pretend like that's what they meant to do all along instead of giving some sort of disciplinary action.
Yes, we got to wrap up where everybody's all good.
But he's
we can
fine.
be happy that this elephant was parachuted into this village to work for them.
Yeah. We get in the nice wrap up, Ray Liotta does not pronounce Fort Lauderdale correctly. And they leave that in. They don't retake that one. They're like, it's fine. Fort Lauderdale is close enough.
He does say Lauderdale.
He Fort Lauderdale, louder. And he's like, you can go beyond that roof and look at the sunset and know that we did it. And then Lynn runs off. He's all mad because he's like, you're leaving me. You're not going to live here with me and be my dad now.
And I was like, don't worry, kid. He's going to be your foster dad in Angels in the Outfield. I was like, don't worry, Danny Glover. He's going to take you in.
Yeah, he has this, the kid's like,
oh my God, Vic. What if all of these connect? That Predator
is Danny
2,
Glover, has
Predator
Danny
2,
Glover never been a different character?
He's
it's just
the same
man.
Yes.
And he'll change his name because whatever he goes through is just so intense. He has to start over.
He
with
did a bunch of war crimes in Vietnam, so he had to change his name. Then after the Predator incident, of course, he had to change his name to get the government off his ass.
And he just wanted to be.
And he adopted Lynn, and he got a love for adopting foster kids, and that's what he is in Angels in the Outfield.
Angels in the Outfield, yeah.
Whoa, what a universe! The Gloververse.
The Gloververse. That's nice. I wonder if we can work them all in. Everything he's ever been in.
Unless, I don't know, we're not doing Lethal Weapon unless you want to put that on the list.
Lethal Weapon. Oh, does the color purple have to come in? That's very sad.
I've never seen that.
Did you read it?
Probably. I don't remember.
Just, much like the Vietnam is a topic that would not likely be covered by a humorous family flick. The Color Purple is not a humorous family flick. It's about the types of horrible things that white slave owners did to black women, and how, as a
why are you bringing it up?
It's horrible. I'm just saying that maybe
no one was talking about it. Why are you bringing it up?
I'm bringing it up because if we're going to include every single movie that Danny Glover has been in, it's going to be hard if we got to throw in some of these really sad things.
It's not a kid's movie.
He's been in serious movies. He's a serious actor.
All right, don't worry. We're not turning this podcast into a Danny Glover cast, all right?
Okay. He was in Saw 3?
He was in Saw 1.
Oh.
You've never seen Saw?
No, I have seen Saw, just not in a long time.
I just rewatched it. He makes up most of that movie.
Yeah, you're right.
It's mostly flashbacks. That's crazy about Saw. We all forget. Saw is mostly from the perspective of a man who is not in the Saw room. And we're getting flashbacks to him. It's not from the perspective of anyone in the Saw room. You're like, how are we seeing these flashbacks? Whoa, this is partly Danny Glover's story. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Saw. We're here to talk about Dumbo
Drop. And now we get the closing credits with an unbelievably loud and extremely jarring soundbite that plays over everything from the original Dumbo movie.
Yes.
That is just unsettlingly loud and off tone from what's going on. Because it's those racist fucking crows talking about seeing an elephant fly.
Yep.
Some weird shit.
Yep, that's definitely the tone you want to end this one on, guys.
It's so insane. It's such a weird... Nothing in this movie has had anything to do with the movie Dumbo besides that there's an elephant in it.
I mean, it is called Dumbo Drop.
Right, and it's like they just wanted to take advantage of the fact that they wouldn't owe money to Disney because they are Disney. They're like, we can do this for free because we are Disney and it's our intellectual property.
Well, we gotta make this seem like a Disney movie somehow. So let's add something from the cartoons.
I didn't like that, and then I was even more upset because the actual ending credits music, despite the fact that they have all these bangers throughout the whole movie, is filled with awesome, great music. They play this super bizarre, like, action fantasy soundscape music that fits nothing in the movie. Like, absolutely nothing.
I got it. Supposed to leave you as unsettled as the movie started you with. just in case you were starting to feel comfortable with the movie, and they're like, no, we want you to leave feeling like, what the fuck did I just see?
What in God's name just happened? Oh my God. And it's over. There's nothing at the end of the credits. I did watch.
There's no Dumbo rap, unfortunately.
Right? How dare they? I'm cheated.
That would have been awesome.
They had a star-studded cast the people they had for the music in this were incredible. They got some big names for the music. And the music, and they licensed big things. And then...
When did this come out? This come out...
95? 95. Yeah.
So it came out after Free Willy. I wonder... Free Willy wasn't Disney. No, it wasn't Disney because I had to fucking rent it. So...
No.
Is that what happened here? They're like, this is our Free Willy. It's an elephant. We are going to make millions off this. We get some of the best actors in Hollywood in this thing. We jam it full of music and we get this. Vic, let's get to it. Did you like this movie?
No.
Oh my God. No. I've never seen her look so pained before.
Oh my God. My daughter woke up about 2:30 in the morning, and I had to go and put her back down to go to bed, and I was like, oh well, thank God I'm almost done with this movie. And I fucking wasn't. This movie felt so long, which is insane because there are these wonderful high action, super fun, like goofy scenes, but there is just so much walking from A to B, planning, sort of arguing, bickering with each other in this movie that could just be gone. Why is there so much needless, like, time-wasting bickering? Like, they were like, we could have an action movie where the Viet Cong are sort of high chase hunting these people down, or we could have like the bureaucracy of the American government also be an enemy in this, and they just have to kind of walk from person to person who doesn't want to help them and sort of complain amongst themselves for large chunks of time between these action sequences. Like, why wasn't it just the Viet Cong high energy tasting them the whole time?
Like I said, that's not the true story. The true story was even more boring. There were zero enemies in it.
I know the
Literally
true
just the
story.
logistics of getting an elephant to a place. And it wasn't even a village. It was, well, we'll get into that in a second. But that's your opinion of it. You didn't like it.
My opinion of it is that I think that if you had a group of people and you were drunk, you could have a fun time watching this as a cult. I think this has the makings of a cult classic. I think me watching it by myself to take notes on at like 2 a.m. No, I did not enjoy this movie. I don't want to watch this movie again. And I think if I watched this as a kid, I would not have liked it. I don't know if I would have liked this very much as a kid. I think it would have confused me um, had I chosen to watch it because it's got a lot for like the vets in there. And I don't know how you mix like children and their vet uncles as an audience.
This'll do it.
This'll do
This
it.
has got something for everyone.
What about you, Jakey? What were your thoughts?
Guys, I loved this movie. I loved it. I thought this was so entertaining. From the opening scene, my head exploded. I was like, there is no way it's set in the Vietnam War. It is. We have them facing off in the very beginning. This kids movie starts off with a massacre, and I get it. This movie on paper is terrible. But for me, when I watch a movie, there is a genre that I love, and it's I'm seeing something I have never seen before and never will again. And this movie does that all the way through. I could not believe my eyes. Every scene we're actually in Thailand. They bankrolled this to be in Thailand.
With real elephants.
With real
elephants.
You're getting these beautiful landscape shots. You have these crazy, intense actors that are from coked up 80s movies playing the main characters in this Disney kids movie. You are getting an energy you've never seen in a Disney movie before. You got Dennis Leary smoking and drinking and talking about banging the general's wife. You're like, what is this? And then just these brutal murders of elephants, and then you're back into a kids movie again. I was on a roller coaster ride. I loved it.
Child torture, attempted murder of U.S. soldiers on U.S. soldiers. Like the number of times U.S. troops try to murder other U.S. troops is pretty high for a Disney movie that's rated PG.
I wrote this is like Tropic Thunder meets Free Willy meets a Vietnam War documentary.
I can only imagine that when they wrote Tropic Thunder, like when they were putting Tropic Thunder together, it was because they had watched this movie.
I'm sure it must have been part
of it.
What
if we just took the PG off of that and made this R the way it should have been? Like, what if we just took the wheels off this? But yeah, no, I'll give you that. This is a unique film. You can't predict what's going to be happening almost any of the time because it's insane. And it's Disney, which is normally like the most predictable of the predictable.
Yeah, and I was coming into this expecting fucking goof troop, like old 60s, 70s movie. I was not expecting a 90s bloodbath in a movie. I mean, this was nuts, guys. I recommend this to everyone to see.
Oh my
God. Pop on Operation Dumbo Drop. Yeah. Like Vic said, maybe have a few drinks, have a couple friends nearby. That would make it better.
A cult. It's a cult movie. You want a so bad it's good. This is all the earmarkings of it. It takes itself just a tad too seriously at some points. It throws in the worst type of humor in other points. It's covering a topic that it should not be touching, and it won't stop touching that topic. Like, there's an elephant. It makes no sense.
I'm looking up the box office right now. We don't usually do this, but I gotta know because
it grossed high.
After we went through everything, let's see.
It
grossed 24.5 million at the domestic box office. How much did it cost?
No,
though?
but it cost 24 million. They only made about 600,000,
which is nothing. So I think they were aiming for a whale of a movie. If you,
they were.
Thinking after Free Willy, they got the next one, and they never thought to consider the time period and the location they were setting this crazy movie in.
Well, and like you're saying, like you said at the very beginning, they're not setting this animal free.
No, it's for forced labor.
They're moving it from one village where it does hard physical labor to another village, and they're cloaking it in that same bullshit of, oh, but they respect the animals so much. They're so respected. I understand that they're being used until they die for hard physical labor, but they're so respected. Don't worry about it. None of the horses were harmed in this. None of the elephants disliked this. Don't worry about it.
Nope.
We're fine.
I got the feeling we don't really have any baggage for this one, do we?
Didn't watch it as a kid, so it's hard to have.
I enjoyed it.
Imagine having baggage. I enjoyed it. I don't think this would have been appropriate for a kid to watch. I think if you watched this, it would have been
crazy to watch. I bet you I would have loved it as a kid, though. The elephant murders would have been crazy.
I think they would have been kind of scarring.
Yeah,
I think
they would have been.
Like the implication of like the whole village being massacred and then seeing these like bloody bodies of elephants and then the torture of the kid, I think it would have freaked out. I think this movie should have at least been rated PG-13. I think the concept of like an 8-year-old watching this is pretty mad.
They never would have done that though, because they're trying for Free Willy. So they're like, yes.
Like when you compare what could be traumatizing in Free Willy to what's traumatizing in Dumbo Drop, those are two real different things.
It's hard to say if I would have taken it as like a fun action movie or like pretty dark scarring movie. It's hard to say.
It's hard to say.
If you were a kid.
Because that fight between Ray Liotta and Danny, like they're so good at acting this insane movie that it feels like these two men are just so angry and fighting each other. Like I think if you were a little kid, this movie would have a lot of points that could give you like nightmares in it. I will not be letting Karina watch this until she's older, if ever at all.
Well, let's do a Dumbo night. Watch Dumbo and then Operation Dumbo Drop.
Dumbo is a scarring movie. That movie did scare me as a kid. That movie is very sad. Anyway, I think we should talk instead, since we are not scarred by this movie, about like the weird real facts about this movie. Because it's based off of a true story, guys.
Oh God. So I did limited research, so I'm just gonna say what I heard, and then if you got anything to expand on, let us hear it. But what I read was an article about how this was a story a guy published in a magazine or something about how they were in Vietnam, and the true story of this is, and this explains how the enemies are everywhere in the movie. Because there are no enemies in this actual story. There is no village. This is a logistics problem they have where the guy was paying too much for lumber for his base or whatever. And he just said he was getting screwed on importing US lumber when he was building shit. So instead of buying US lumber, he wanted to use Vietnam lumber. Local. And the guy had sawmill experience and all this shit, and he could and he built a sawmill, got that all together, got some troops who knew how to work a sawmill. Everything was fine until they cleared enough forest that they couldn't easily haul the lumber or the trees in to be turned into lumber anymore. So they needed an elephant. And that is pretty much it. So they found an elephant, decided they needed to parachute it in.
2.
Oh, yeah. And this one it's 2. So double elephants.
2 elephants.
That's pretty much the story. They did have to get a tranquilizer for the elephants because the Air Force did say there's no way we're transporting live elephants. And they got it through, I don't know, the zoo or something.
Yeah, I think it was the London Zoo sent it to them. Yeah.
So that's it, pretty much.
And they did parachute them though. They put them in specialized padded crates, and the elephants were completely unconscious the entire trips, and they dropped them. And then
here's a fun fact. So yes, they dropped them, and they only had a landing zone big enough for one elephant at a time. And the U.S. guy, like they dropped the first elephant, it wakes up. He's like, "Where's the elephant handler guy? He's not around." The guy, he had to jump up on the elephant, poke it in the ear, and then it walked out. And the next elephant dropped. And they said that he was on TV. They had film of him riding the elephant out, and his wife did get to see him on TV riding the elephant, which is nice. But they said most of the coverage of that was overshadowed by Dr. Martin Luther King being assassinated the same day.
Right.
So
right.
The fun elephant story didn't get passed around as much as it could have.
That story got buried. That story got buried under the much bigger lead of the assassination, Martin Luther King Jr. I will say that the guy who did that interview, and who was like the person who advised for the film, and he and his family went to see it. And while he claims it was highly fictionalized, he said that the emotion was there, and he can't say that it was healthy.
I saw that quote too. What does that mean? Does that mean he's having flashbacks?
Yeah, that's how I read it. Because he's like, because then later he says, if you take away the humor and the slapstick, it was very realistic.
There's enough war in this to make a Vietnam vet be like, fuck, I'm getting flashbacks of the emotion. Like, it is intense enough, guys, that you are like, oh yeah, this is the Vietnam War, and people are dying left and right.
I think that's the thing, is that's the thing that's sort of unsettling when they have the various US soldiers, like, as opposed to wanting to do their jobs, they'd rather just kill the people on the plane with them, or they'd rather, like, I think that may be true. Like, it was such a insane time of, like, war atrocities and lack of regulation and nobody caring what the book was, like, just doing whatever. Like, it implies that, yeah, sure, that's not what we did, but it wasn't far off. We could have done it. Like, what? Absolutely insane. The only other thing that I found as an interesting tidbit of sort of trivia about this was that the movie filming was apparently very, very grueling to film. And so there's an interview somewhere, I can't find it now, with Dennis Leary talking about this film and how they had to spend so much time in Thailand filming this. And a lot of it was like in the heat outdoors, and it was just very grueling to film. And so all 3 of them kept photos on them of what they were filming for, which sounds almost like soldiers, like, what am I fighting for? Except each one of them had identified a vacation property they wanted to buy with the money they were going to make off of the film, and they would look at it in between shoots to remind themselves what they were doing this for.
Yes. So I read that too. So these guys admitted that they all did this movie just for the paycheck so that they could buy properties.
Shocking that this wasn't anyone's choice for an Oscar nomination.
It's so funny, the mindset of everyone involved, because I'm sure the studios thought, yes, this is going to be an Oscar-worthy movie. We are in Thailand filming this. Like, And these guys are in the
Oh my
trenches of
God.
it, and they're like, "Looking, oh man, that beach house is gonna be so sweet when I get back."
Yeah, and apparently one of the big expenses was that out of concern for the elephant's health, because the elephant was brought to this area. The elephant was originally from Thailand, but it didn't live in Thailand. It like lived in the States. They were feeding it food brought in from the US and giving it water that had been purified. So the elephant had to be bathed more than once a day in purified water because there were concerns that it wouldn't have a natural immunity to parasites and things in the water in Thailand. So they couldn't let the main elephant. Just the idea of the logistics of bringing in purified water for this elephant is hilarious to me. Like, enough water to bathe an elephant every day? That's insane.
Well, it was totally worth it in my book. I am so happy this movie got made. What a journey.
Amazing. Incredible.
Well,
I'm
I
so
think
tired.
let's let Vic get her nap in today. You done? I can't believe you watched this movie so late. What a trooper.
Tried my best. Always for you in this podcast, Jake.
You did a
I will
great
never
job.
phone it in.
Thank you. All right, guys. Well, until next time. Bye.
Bye.
Wow. You really haven't lived until you've seen an elephant fly. That was a fun one. On the next episode, we're going to be watching 1999's The Mummy on Movie Baggage. They're adding up fingers.